All right. So, we just got our pairings. It looks like, as long as these are the last pairings, it's going to be Bryce versus Calvin and Steven versus Riley. We'll see what we can get for you guys. How are you guys doing today? Terry's going to be joining us in just a minute here.
I'm ready. Sorry.
There he is.
I don't like the intro.
Just getting that little scouting
like
report in.
If there's like 0 people, then I don't want to talk. Oh, there's 9
There's
people.
like 9 people
I
already.
got
They're excited for you, man.
They're not excited for me. Okay. We actually have some good stuff. How many people are playing? Okay, that's fine. So we got, I always lie. I always add this number and then add it by 1,000. So we have 1,017.
There you go.
We did it.
1,017
This is basically
people.
a GP. So we got, okay, I think I looked at the pairing. So Riley against Steven. I think Steven's playing Grixis Control. Riley's playing my Esper Blade deck.
Okay.
Calvin's on Grixis Control. And then Bryce is probably either on, I don't know, Bryce has been on that.
He was on like Bug for a little bit.
No, he was, okay, so the last 2 tournaments he was on like USA Land still.
Okay.
And then he was on Eureka Nick Tell.
Okay.
Except without show and tell. So it's like the Eureka.
The new Eureka.
I didn't like it. I mean,
Nick Fit.
So
with 8 Rector.
Yeah, that's the deck. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that deck other than a pile of odd cards. So we have some decent matchups, I guess, first off. And we've got like some stuff that I don't see in the room is we don't have any Rug and we don't have any Death and well, no, is
there's at least one Death and Taxes player.
Is one of them playing Death and Taxes? Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because Jeff's not here. I know he wasn't gonna be here.
Yeah, there's at least one.
One of my things I'm kind of bummed about is we don't have any. We don't have a lot of Maverick players here. That's actually a deck that I think if I had the extra cards for, I'd play. If I could have 3 decks, I think the 3 decks I would want is Esper Blade, Rug Delver, and then Maverick.
Is Calvin 4-color or Grixis?
He's Grixis.
So used to writing 4-color.
Yeah, he's running the kind of the new Grixis list where they run 2 Gurmags and etc. 2 Gurmags, etc.
2 Gurmags, etc. That's right, Grixis.
Still got Baleful Strix and all that jazz. I kind of want to find out what Bryce is playing real quick.
Well, let's start over there and we'll figure it out from that.
I'm just gonna find out because I'm impatient.
Okay.
Patience is for hospitals.
All right, so.
It did. See, that's what Brian, are you not playing?
So he's playing that deck. So people probably want to see that deck though.
Yeah,
so
let's
see,
throw
like
that
Jorgensen's here. Isn't Jorgensen one of the cult of Nixfit people?
Well, QC's here and he wants to see Bryce lose all the time. So
well, he also isn't he also in the cult of Nixfit?
All right, so we'll start him here.
Yeah, as much as I want to see Riley play my deck, I feel like that'd be kind of. It would just be just being critical.
Did they get the pairings wrong? Is it Steven versus
Riley? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Steven's playing Grixis. Yeah, he's playing Grixis 100%.
Okay.
So which one do you want to start on?
Let's start with the Knicks Fit matchup, I guess. Give the people what they want.
I feel like you're the cult of everything except fair blue decks. See, they do. Okay, let's watch some weird Nick Fit fight. Grixis Control.
Alright. Yeah, they gave us the wrong things here, right?
Oh, yeah, whatever.
These 2.
I can write. Calvin's obviously on the Eldrazi mat.
Yeah. And Bryce is on the other one. Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm messing up.
Do something. I can't see.
Just look here.
Oh. Yes, there it is. I mean, there's Veteran Explorer. So
alright, 8 Rector.
I think Magic should be a bunch of fair blue decks. I think Combo should be in there too, just so I can have good matchups every once in a while.
I'm great at spelling.
What's the new Plains? Yeah, it's hard to beat a Nugan. It's rather difficult. Is that him, the Torok from Calvin? Gosh, just I almost feel like the reason why Grixis is still good is because of him, the Torok.
What is going on? I'm just all over the place.
I don't know what you're doing. I'm confused.
I'm
trying to
confused
watch
as
Magic.
well.
So Bryce casts Evolutionary Leap. Does he got Evolutionary Leap and Rector? So what do he? So he got in land and Veteran Explorer.
Yep.
That's not really the greatest Hematoric hit versus that deck. I'm pretty sure you need to finally hit a Rector and like a enabling spell.
Like, unless you're going on like the Cabal Therapy plan.
How can you deal with Ugin easily? I'm like, even if you have like a true name, it's just like, what are you gonna do? I don't play any of those cards except TNN. So unless TNN's got like a Batter Skull on it. So the Veteran Explorer got sacked. I think the Evolutionary Leap. I just can't and see what happened.
All right, let's take a closer look.
Okay, there we go. So Evolutionary Leap, does it go to the hand or to the field?
It goes to your hand.
So what? I'm not sure what he got, but he got something from Evolutionary Leap.
Let's try
some sort of.
All right. Phew.
I don't know.
We'll see. Bryce's hand is a little hard to see right now.
There's cards obviously that kill Planeswalkers, but like a lot of decks don't play those, you know.
Very true.
I don't go into a tournament thinking like, how am I going to kill a resolved Ugin?
Well, think of like how many games you've seen where Liliana the Last Hope just runs away with the game. Like it's very hard to do.
Yeah, I mean, Council's
Judgment.
3-mana Planeswalker. It was like I have Council's Judgment. Like so I actually beat the deck online was because I ripped Council's Judgment, but
sure.
So there's like definitely outs, but it's like kind of like Jace versus an Esper deck. Like, you know, if it resolves, like it's really hard to get off the board. You know, speaking of getting off the board, is Gurmag, but okay. So what is Bryce is. So he's got 5 mana. Is Evolutionary Leap 1 mana?
Yeah, it costs 1 mana to activate.
So he can do some sort of Rector play here, right? Because he's got that Evolutionary
Leap.
Leap.
If he plays Rector, he could activate it and sack and get whatever.
So depending on what Rector is, so we should. I mean, in an ideal world, we don't know what he got off of the other thing. But
I think ideally you'd want the enchantment one. Looks like he's got the other one, the new one.
He's got the Planeswalker one. So you got to force will this. Like, this is non-negotiable. So I think we're going to see a Brainstorm from Calvin.
Yeah, this... You can't let this resolve if you're Calvin.
That's what I think, because he's got Snapcaster. So let's see if he finds the force will.
Be interesting to see which Planeswalkers Bryce is running.
I know he runs Ugin and Nicol Bolas, the big ones.
Okay. Bolas would be interesting.
You got to deal with the Gurmag, right?
Yeah, I'm more interested in if he has like a one of Elspeth's Son's Champion.
He does. Yeah. He does. For sure he does, actually.
Which I think could be pretty hard for Calvin to fight through.
Yeah, because Calvin's interactions, yeah. I think you're right, especially game 1. I think that would be the right play.
So we're going to see.
Triggers.
He gets the trigger first.
He's going to read that. I don't even know what that Nicol Bolas does.
It does all the things. It can steal...
Does it steal creatures?
Steal creatures. It can destroy non-creatures. And it's all like...
I don't know.
Does...
Can we pull it up? Because I have no idea. You know how to pull it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got that.
So, Evolutionary Leap into another Academy Rector, which is this Nicol Bolas gets dealt with, and Bryce already has a backup plan. Okay, there we go. This is good enough. We got it. This is good enough.
Okay, cool.
So destroyed non-permanent creature, gain control of target creature. So he's in bolt range though. But I guess if Calvin's bolting Nicol Bolas and you have Gurmag Angler and you have Evolutionary,
it's at least at 2 for 1, and you've got backup, so you're fine.
Yeah, I think even if Calvin can somehow kill this guy, I think Bryce having the Gurmag and then Bryce being able to recur the other arena
right, exactly,
is pretty much just going to be game. I like to play a little bit more in Elspeth because if he can deal with the Planeswalker, now you have a 5/5.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
I forgot. I didn't know what that guy did.
I think this should be kind of game over. We see a Snapcaster here on Calvin's side. He's going to brainstorm, figure out if he can draw into an answer.
Calvin runs 1 Dreadbore, I think, in the board in the main. Or he was for a while. I never know what list he's on. He always seems to kind of change.
So, it looks like he has Colligan's Command, Liliana, Baleful Strix, a fetch land,
I mean, he's just gonna Nicol Bolas is just gonna start nuking lands, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Which doesn't actually seem that good.
Not on this board state, but it does tick up pretty quickly, +3.
Yeah,
so
it's true. It's gonna be hard to deal with. I mean, I would just in this case, I would just Nicol Bolas, nuke the Underground Sea, go to combat, and probably not attack with Gurmag because there's no reason to. Like,
no, I mean, should probably play out his other Rector.
Just double Badlands Underground Sea is kind of a weird mana combination. So it's showing you Coolgan's Command, it's showing you not Counterspell. So I think I still like the idea of getting rid of the blue land and just going to combat. Like, and then
I can see that.
Because let's see what Calvin does. Because
Sure.
we may force him to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
this is what's happening. Because
bye Underground Sea. Didn't float for mana.
Or maybe he did just verbally. Kind of looks like he did verbally.
Like
so verbally, yeah.
So Coolgan's Command.
Which is okay because Bryce has got surplus cards in his hand. So him like one of the cards is Eureka.
Yeah.
So I think discarding the Eureka is probably fine. And, you know, again, that's fine.
So, is that I couldn't tell what that other card looked a little bit like a Collective Brutality, but
maybe I can't tell. Looks like he's going to discard whatever it is, though.
Yeah.
I'm not
if Eureka's in hand, I'd probably discard.
Well, I'm not too familiar with like this deck, but like at this point, I don't think you need Eureka because you've got the other Arena Rector that you're going to resolve in main phase 2.
You've got the Evolutionary Leap online, so you're just churning through, hopefully into more Rectors at this point.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, you're getting cards back, yeah. So that's Dovescape, and I think that's fair. It's not like you're going to be able to cast that. So
it's probably not even that great on this board.
Yeah,
like if you Eureka and put into play, I don't think that does a lot for you.
I think the tech's probably fine, but I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, Bryce retaps his mana the correct way to make this happen.
Then,
so out comes.
What is that? You gotta say hi to that guy. Some guy said hi to us. You're in charge. You're like,
hey, how's it going?
NZ. It's Obzenz. I don't know.
Obviously,
what is that card? What is this card? It has 7 loyalty?
It has to be a different Bolas, right?
It is. It's the God Emperor. It's the God Pharaoh one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And there's another Academy Rector. Yeah, I don't even know.
So this game is very much over. Like, Obvenzed.
I already said hi to you, Jorgensen.
Jorgensen, how you doing today?
We already said talk to him. Is that? I don't think it's.
That's not Nugan.
It's Nicol Bolas. I think it's like one of the starter deck Nicol Bolases.
All right, so that's game. Bryce takes game 1.
I don't understand. I don't understand how there's 2 Nicol Bolases on the plane. I have never been a fan of the Planeswalker rule. I think Jace Bellerin should kill Jace the Mind Sculptor. That's all I got to say about that.
All right, so
Tribal shouldn't be a deck.
Well, they shuffle up. We'll slide over here for a minute.
Yeah, it was. It's the one. Google Bolas.
We'll pull it up.
Yeah. I'll show you which one it was. I could be entirely wrong, but I'm just gonna. Is there an Ugin? It's. I think it was.
It's this one, right? Nicol Bolas, the God Pharaoh.
Keep going. Maybe it wasn't any of these. Keep going. Okay, maybe it was Ugin.
Is it Ugin?
Scroll up. It was on 8, right?
Yeah.
Scroll down. That one goes to 8. That's the same one. Oh no, we don't. Maybe it was Ugin. Was it Ugin? What does Ugin look like? Does he have a different picture?
Let's find out.
Sorry, I don't play Planeswalker.
It didn't look like an Ugin. It might have been a promo. Of course, everything.
It didn't look like that.
It was that something. One, and then there's this one. But Ugin doesn't go to 8 either. It goes to 9. So
no, yeah. This Ugin goes to 9.
Starts at 7 with +1.
Yeah, we'll just say it was Nicol Bolas. It was one of those Nicol
Regardless.
It was. What's the starter deck Nicol Bolas? Isn't there like a starter deck Nicol Bolas? Who knows? It was Bryce. Bryce probably doesn't even know what the card does, and he probably got confused.
So we've got Liliana with some optics. We've got a True Name in play and a Baleful Strix on Steven's side of the board. And on Riley's side, we have a Stoneforge Mystic, no equipment in play.
Probably because of K command.
Yep.
There's EE on 3 seems sick on this board. If you can get another land, resolving an EE on 3 kill
that would be pretty wild.
Be a 3 for or 2 for 1. Just we're not gonna ask him less. You know, it's the part of the mystery of it. It's the reason why you guys like that dumb deck is because like you guys get to play weird.
It could be anything.
Yeah, literally could be anything.
All right, so here comes Snapcaster Mage.
Huh. Must be some pondering. You know, it looked like he's short on land. It's not that one. It looks like he's short on land for the EE play, and I think he's kind of just yeah. There's 3 land. I saw 3 white borders. Yep. So I think he just wants to set up his mana base. He's at 11. He's not really in danger of dying.
Sure.
Liliana's upticking, but every time she upticks, it doesn't have like she'll kill the Snapcaster, which is unfortunate, but it's not that.
There's no real immediate effect on the board.
Yeah,
right? Like
you like in this deck, like losing your Snapcaster is not gonna deter your strategy or what else you want to do. So especially with the E play,
like you'd be much more worried if it was down ticking and returning value from the graveyard.
Yeah. Huh. But it looks like Riley. So I can't tell. Is Riley's got the 2 Cooligans command and the X card?
Riley.
Yeah, not Riley, Steven.
Steven?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
So Baleful Strix, okay. That's not bad.
So Strix play?
Yeah, sure. It's really just cantripping at this point. Because like I said, the Liliana is probably going to kill the Baleful Strix now.
Right.
2K commands. They're pretty gross.
So if Steven attacks all...
he probably should use Liliana,
like
kill Baleful
Liliana
Strix,
uptick,
yeah.
Baleful Strix,
It's
attack all.
It's kind of weird to see True Name in a Grixis shell, because I feel like the Grixis strategy is more of a, I don't know, like the nature of the deck is.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's hard to play 3 mana spells when you're trying to be as disruptive as they are.
I don't see True Name being really good play unless you're playing on like 5 or 7, basically.
Sure.
I don't like that. I don't know.
Interesting.
I didn't like that play because I think Cooligan's Command could probably be... Well, he's got 2, I guess. So we can have... I don't know. Cooligan's Command is just so powerful that like killing cards that already got value never feels that good. But...
Well, it looks like those guys are shuffled up, so let's switch back over.
Yeah, that EE on 3 play will probably be the headliner of next turn.
We'll keep you guys updated on that one in the back.
That's why I love playing EE.
They'll probably still be at it by the time we're done with this match.
That's what I mean. So good.
So, post board, what does Calvin have to kind of bring in to fight against these shenanigans?
Surgical is the big thing. Surgical. I mean, graveyard hate has always been the bane of this deck.
Sure.
Is like you always.
Deathrite pushed it out a little bit before.
Yeah,
right?
you always by accidentally get killed by graveyard hate. And that's the thing is like cards that are there's like I remember when I played less and I was playing Grixis Delver, I like boarded in like 11 cards against him because like it's just incidental that all these cards that are for other matchups just happen to be like good against Nick Fit, and you get like the random discard, you get the random discard, which is good because it's a combo deck, you want to disrupt them.
Yeah,
like Cabal Therapies and stuff. Then you get the Surgicals, and then you get Rest in Peace like mechanics. So Calvin's gonna bring in and probably has 3 Surgicals because a lot of those decks are running 3 Surgicals right now. And he was trying to think of what else. He has probably a little bit more discard. So,
and definitely worth noting that you can surgical with the exile trigger on the stack.
That's the big. That's the big. It is. It is Rector Fit. That's the big problem with it is because like it doesn't have a That's why Veteran Explorer is, in a sense, kind of better mechanic for the deck. No, I like pile shuffling. It's not my fault that there's people who pile shuffle slowly. I try to pile shuffle twice in tournaments. That's how I do it.
Rector, Eureka.
Is it Rector or Eureka, Veteran Explorer?
Whatever you want to call it. I'm just calling it 8 Rector for now.
Baleful Strix, Swords to Plowshare. It's just like all the cards of Magic.
Yeah. All right, so Calvin leads off with Underground Seago. Bryce starting off with Cabal Therapy Blind. Probably.
Yeah, it is one. It is one. It's 1 pile shuffle per match.
So if you're Bryce, what you name here? Do you just blind name Surgical?
Oh, Calvin's gonna. Oh, he named
Name
Brainstorm.
Brainstorm. Wow.
Calvin then uses Brainstorm.
Okay.
Huh. Generally, the main cards you're going to call is if you have a blind cabal therapy that you're not going to combo off of after.
Usually
you generally name Brainstorm
on the play,
Yeah.
But on the draw into open blue mana, it seems a little. I don't know. It's kind of that like shell game, right? Like, you know, I don't know.
If in this deck though, you want your cabal therapies to be in the yard, so you can erect on 4.
Right.
So it almost Bryce is probably just trying to get this to the yard, and if he can get value off it doesn't matter. And if he's got a 2 and a 3 play, then this cabal therapy just needs to get there anyways. So I think that's fine. Like if you think about it, you're like. You know, I think, Force of Will or Brainstorms generally make the right calls.
Yeah, I'd almost lean more towards, like, Disruption than cantrips at that point. But
maybe.
It certainly worked out.
I may have named Surgical just because,
that's kind of what I was thinking, too. So, looks like this is going to be a Living Wish, and we'll see what Bryce is going to grab. Probably going to be, looks like just Academy Rector.
Well, now Bryce knows what's in his hand, too. So now he's thinking Calvin's got X amount of draws. And losing the Brainstorm's really big because he's got a Snapcaster Brainstorm. Oh, Hematorac, okay.
Sorin Grim Nemesis, maybe. That could be. It's a 6-mana Sorin.
Could be.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Probably not going to show up this game.
Basically, Calvin needs to hit Arena Director.
Yeah, so here comes him.
So what do you got?
He got Ugin and the Academy Rector.
Ugin's probably fine for Bryce because there's really no way to shuffle it back in. Losing the Rector is probably a big deal.
Looks like Bryce has a second Living Wish in hand, so he's probably able to get another combo piece.
Calvin's gonna him the Torok again next turn though.
Sure.
So him the Torok's like such a great Magic card.
Depending on Bryce's hand, he might actually Living Wish up Phyrexian Tower or something like that he's able to get in under and have a sack outlet and play a second sack outlet.
I feel like Hymn of Torok's one of those things where it should say like make target player discard 2 random cards and also like lose like a month off your life. Like you just like as a person just grow old. Like so if like you'll see like some guy who's just like some 20-year-old Magic player who looks super old, it's because he casts Hymn of Torok too much. The card needs like a downside, like a serious downside. Like your life just gets sucked away.
Too powerful black magic.
Just such a good card.
It is. It really is. And the random, too, is just what makes the card just really good. Like, so here comes Living Wish number 2. And he's just going to grab the other Rector. Arena Rector.
Yeah, that's good.
So, still running into the same problem of last turn with the extra him, right? So
yeah. So what is Calvin doing here? Is he doing this end step? He's doing this in response to Living Wish, or what's?
I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay, so
Living Wish has to have resolved.
It's resolved, yeah. Okay, so Calvin just fetched, okay.
Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the obvious play is just, and then you're gonna see it.
Yeah. Yep. Snapcaster, him. And we'll see what Bryce can keep this time. Bryce really kind of hurting for mana too.
Yeah, I mean, and then the second, every time you get 2 Hymn to Torok, you're not in a good shape. Bryce Mulligan too. That's something to keep in mind.
Sure.
So Living Wish and so like 2 cards.
Okay.
That's not so bad. The Living Wish may have been good to hit his land drop, obviously, but you know what? I think he's okay to have his win condition in it.
Yeah, I think he's happy to keep that card.
And you're right. If you can get a Phyrexian Tower out, no, because you need a.
He needs 1 more mana beyond that. But so right here, what you could do if you have Tower, if you draw into a Veteran Explorer, you might be able to set things up to go off.
Is that an Ancient Tomb?
That is an Ancient Tomb.
Choke.
That's a choke. Wow.
Wow.
That's huge.
Wow.
So Calvin down to 1 black source.
I mean, 2 lightning bolts in Calvin. What is that? Lightning bolt's an interesting keep.
Looks like bolt, brainstorm.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm not a fan of keeping lightning bolts in. What are you lightning bolts?
Yeah, he might have just had extra cards, or he might have thought the clock might be relevant. Maybe. But I don't know. Well, he got up to 4 mana and is able to get a Planeswalker into play. Let's see what he goes for. Choke.
Ugin
Doing
looks
a
like we're
ton
gonna
of
get.
work here. So Ugin's in the graveyard.
Okay. So
So
can you just get like Elspeth Sun Champion and just like just
looking
go
at
wide?
Nicol Bolas.
Because he's looking at that card again too.
Yeah. We might see.
Is he?
Might-
are you
might
sure?
get a better
Is he gonna
shot.
take damage from his tomb? So Snapcaster hit for 1. He fetched once. Are you sure? How sure are you, Jorgensen? Because I'm pretty sure he. Because shouldn't he be at 15? Because 1 Snapcaster hit.
No, he
and-
should be lower because he used choke. He played paid for choke.
Are you
right?
sure?
Pretty sure.
Are
Like
you sure?
90%.
Hey, Bryce. I think you're fine, but people think we can pay for H&Q in July. We didn't? Oh, wow. Okay. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, Jorgensen's right. I thought he did. I thought I did the math. I thought I was doing the math in my head, but okay.
Jorgensen
You're
is right.
It's my fault. And then Bryce, first thing he said was, "Yep, I forgot."
All right, so Nicol Bolas comes down.
He's not going to take control of that, is he?
I think you use uptick on the swamp.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Lock Calvin out of playing spells.
Yeah.
It upticks for 3, so this hit from
It's just insignificant.
yeah.
I mean, the double bolt is just not going to... He'd have to have 2. And then Bryce is probably going to hit the red source, right?
Yeah, and Calvin likely doesn't even play any mountains in his deck, I would assume.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Does Bryce really have a second thing?
Oh,
he
yeah,
does,
he does.
yeah.
He has another Rector.
I think there's no reason not to play it. I think you just nuke red source and play your Rector and pass. Right?
Yeah.
Take 2. You're not really in danger of... You're not going to die to a bolt play. Your opponent's going to have no lands in a few turns. Yeah, just take up and...
Right.
Yeah. I don't think Calvin has actually a single out. Because he has to deal with choke. And then Nicol Bolas, right? So even if he draws Pyroblast, he'd have to have the red source for it.
So Nicol Bolas ult is 9, and it deals 7 damage to target player. That player discards 7
interesting.
cards and sacrifices 7 cards.
So Calvin tagged with Snapcaster, Bryce blocked with Arena Rector, and then
Sure.
Calvin Surgical bit. You know,
Yeah.
what is his ult?
They
Oh, so he just
deal
wins.
7, sack 7,
So,
discard
so
7.
Bryce is just going to win the game. He's just going to go -9 and win the game, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
It would wipe
Calvin loses
everything that Calvin has.
Yeah, Calvin goes Hellbent and Landbent.
Yep.
With choke.
Right.
You just don't play.
And Bryce still has the Nicol Bolas to continue
I guess
ticking up.
Bryce doesn't have like a real win condition, but still, you just nuke land. Like,
Oh,
you're not-
Bolas will eventually win the game if he just ults and ults. And
Oh,
ults,
the snap die 2 or is Rector at 1/2?
Yeah,
Why can't
yeah,
we play
it should,
Magic?
It should be dead.
Hey,
Snap.
hey, why is the Snapcaster alive? Yeah. It's Jorgensen.
Thanks, guys, for being on top of the board state.
Yeah, this has got to be over. I can't believe
Yeah,
you would.
so it looks like that's gonna be game.
Okay, Jorgensen, I'm done. The game's over. He's scooped.
All right.
So this is going to game 2, I think.
Game 2 or 3, we'll figure it out.
Do we want to have Bryce talk about his deck right now?
Sure. We can bring Bryce in if he wants to.
Oh, let's see where this goes, right? Let's watch this match, and maybe we'll bring Bryce in. And you can talk about the Nick Fit Rector LOL surgical deck with Nicol Bolas and bad cards and cruel reality. It's kind of, it's pretty impressive to survive
Right.
2 Hematorax, I'll tell you that much. 2 Hematorax that got an Arena Rector. Then Ancient Tomb. I didn't realize the deck played Ancient Tomb. All turn 1 Inquisition.
All right, so
It's like I built this deck. I love Inquisition of Kozilek. I would have taken the Brainstorm.
yeah, I would have as well. Kind of an interesting thing. It looks like Riley has a bit of a slower hand though, so
Or you mean Steven? Yeah, but like,
yeah, Steven.
like Ponder's like whatever, right? And he's gonna shuffle up Ponder because he saw too many lands. But Brainstorm's just gonna make his hand instantly better. You know what I mean? It's gonna like give him a mulligan.
Sure.
Basically.
Yeah.
And I'm not that afraid. I mean, this deck runs Council. I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I think Riley lost because of the 2 true names last game. So I think he just kind of has
It's kind
like,
of a reactive.
Yeah.
Bad taste in your mouth.
And heck, if he's got the Flutterstorm, or whatever. I mean, I was gonna say if he has Flutterstorm, maybe he's thinking, I'll just Flutterstorm and Brainstorm. But
No, this seems fine. You know, discard spell on 1, Stoneforge on 2.
this is Brainstorm's basically gonna go try to find a lightning bolt.
Brainstorm gets rid of 2 lands here, tries to find an answer. Looks like there's a Pithing Needle.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, he can name Pithing Needle and Stoneforge.
Can name on Stoneforge. I'd assume if he doesn't have like a Fatal Push or a Lightning Bolt, that's probably what you do.
This would be one of those hands where I would naturally draw the Jete too, so then I would just put in Jete. I've never been a fan of Pithing Needle. It's just like a straight negative.
It's a weird one. I don't think it's good in matchups like these. You might side it in because you have extra things
like
to side out.
It's good against like sneak attack and stuff, you know.
But only even in that matchup, only like specifically the card Sneak Attack or Gristlebrand, right?
I've never been that fan of it, like because like then you get in those weird situations where like another card has like entered and it's like it's putting pressure on you. And it's like, do I Pithing Needle that or do I Pithing Needle Jete?
Right, and that's partly why you've seen a lot of people go towards Spyglass as well. The look at the hand is kind of relevant, as well as being a 2-drop, being able to play it around.
I would just rather like a Thoughtseize type effect.
For sure.
Like, yeah. I don't know. I'm really big when it comes to value cards.
If you're playing the colors for it, I'd say Thoughtseize is probably better.
So he's fetching. So he already fetched main steps. So already clear the 2 cards off his deck. So he's obviously got a 3-drop here. True name?
Could be.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's okay. It looks like Riley's actually got an Engineer Explosives again. So
down comes Power Skull.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. I thought I saw a glimpse of Council's Judgment as well. So
I don't see Baby Jace. Where do you see Baby Jace?
Baby Jace.
No Baby Jace here.
There's no Baby Jace this year. There's
like
Jace the Mind Sculptor.
There's Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge Mystic is my. Did you hear about how I got those foil Stoneforges?
No.
Saturday night, I was kind of frustrated because I have 8 Stoneforge. I own 12 Stoneforge Mystics.
Okay.
4 of them are in Colorado.
Yep.
4 of them are in California.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really want to ask them back because like my friends are more and more of my friends are playing Magic again, and so that's a great play.
Yep.
Council's Judgment. And so I wanted to get Stoneforge Mystics. Kyre, as the saint he is, and Trace scrounged up Stoneforge Mystics. Trace ended up driving from work. And I'm pretty sure he sped and almost killed himself because he got here way too quick. So to use his Stoneforge Mystics, and I was like, I need to buy my own. I really want foil ones, but the spike is too high. And I ended up finding on PCG Player, no joke, and I'll show you the picture, 4 of them priced at $75 each, and they're really clean. And I couldn't believe it. And I even sent it to Kyre, and I was like, hey, is there any chance that I'm just a little bit crazy on this? And I'll show you so I got 4 Stoneforges. Here they are. Oops. I just sent it to him again. But for $300 for 4 Stoneforges.
Wow.
I just I don't know why
that's
75
that's crazy.
for the clean.
That's
I have
great.
no idea.
Price to sell.
That's Stoneforge is actually one of my favorite Magic cards. So I don't mind paying
card.
a little bit of a premium on it.
I've always enjoyed playing Stoneforge.
Oh, Bitter Blossom.
All right.
Grixis Delver has no answers to.
Yeah, it seems like a really tough one to deal with.
And they have to they basically have to go in the Race Snapcaster Bolt plan almost immediately, which is tough. Now, Steven's deck's running about 2 to 3 tree names, so maybe a little easier for him, but at the same time...
Racing that Barrier Skull on top of it is going to be really problematic.
He has to Kulgan's Command almost now. I mean, there's one thing where I may have not played the Bitter Blossom just to play around Kulgan's Command, but no, it's going to be it,
That's game.
So
let's see if that was the match or if they're going to game 3.
That is the good. They're going to game 3. I'm pretty
sure.
To
game 3. It looks like. All right.
Here comes something. Something wicked comes this way. Probably Brian. I don't even think Brian's playing. Brian, are you playing?
Yeah, I got the buy.
Oh.
But I've got tokens to talk about. So this was the first one we did. This was Modern. This is tomorrow's.
Hey, cool.
What? The Legacy one's this one?
This one.
Monk is the Legacy one.
Oh,
the first one was Team Construction.
Why do we need Monk? What? What about Germ tokens?
She already has a Germ token.
Where do you have monks?
Yeah, the monk tokens with-
Do we have to talk about them? Hi, I have some tokens to talk about because I have to talk about them. I was forced to do this, so I can't even hold it up. How do you hold this up? Look, check
Right
this
there.
out.
New monk token.
We have like 20, Nate. Look at this monk token. It's a monk token. I would never play monk tokens because I'm not a miracles player, and I think miracles is not. I wouldn't play it unless I'm Sam Rukas. If you're Sam Rukas, you should play miracles, but not many other people. That's actually pretty cool. I like this one.
It's a cool one.
Yeah, I
like it.
don't like the cat one. So this is our monk legacy tokens that we're giving out tomorrow, right? Is
Yep.
that what I was supposed to say? So if you're a legacy person, come to our big tournament tomorrow that I won't be playing at, and you can get a monk token.
And we've got some cool new zombie tokens too.
I actually like that one.
Pretty sweet. Nice little 2/2.
So.
And you guys, I'm sure you guys
Yeah,
have
you guys
seen
have seen
this
those. We've
before,
given
the
those out
constructs
before.
before.
Yeah.
We've
So these are the two ones you guys haven't seen before, and I like them both. I'm a fan of the zombie one. The zombie one's good with your Lily on the last hopes when you ult them. I don't know. You know, Sam.
Big legacy tournament tomorrow as well. That'll be
That
streamed.
guy's like the original like OG Miracles player. He's like the fastest Miracles players of all time. Like the guy like would play the deck and he would play it like it was like burned. Like that's how fast the guy plays.
That's
Miracles.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Nate should agree with me then. Nate should realize that not many people in the world.
Yeah, they should be available.
Jorgensen, I'm going to take this one and put it in my wallet and I'm going to send it to you. Okay, so Thoughtseize. Oh man, I love this deck. It's almost like I built it. The idea, I run. So out of the board, Riley has 3 Thoughtseize and 2 Inquisitions. So he's got 5 discard spells going into game 2 and 3, and taking him to Torok's huge. This is Baby Jace. Somebody asked about Baby Jace. We have confirmed sighting of Baby Jace.
Obven Zed, here's your Baby Jace.
We got you a Baby Jace. The EE. EE is, I think, a really underrated card.
I agree. For a long time in Modern, when I was playing Modern, it was definitely in my sideboard for like 90% of the decks I was playing.
The only time I haven't been on EE was just during the Death Right format, and it probably would still probably been good, but I just play Grixis Delver and that deck can't play EE.
Sure.
But every deck that I would play it wouldn't be Grixis Delver. I'd always at least have one EE in the 75. It just it has so
it
many
shores up a lot of like things.
it's got a lot of neat interactions that people forget about too.
The Thalia interaction.
Thalia interaction, the one with counterbalance where you can make it a lot bigger than it actually is.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a weird play, is just running out the Jitte. I don't like that because it's going to catch it.
Well, we saw Kulgan's command.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little confused by it. You just turned on one of the modes in Kulgan's command.
Maybe this is bait. Maybe he has.
I don't think forcing the Kulgan's command is good.
If you had Stoneforge, you'd much rather just cast that here.
Yeah, for sure. The only thing I could potentially think of if he's got like Force of Will and True Name, and he's just trying to make Steven be proactive about his mana.
Sure.
But in the end, I don't know.
Maybe he wants to try and trick Steven into tapping out on 3 so that he can land like a True Name or something like that, I guess. But yeah. I don't know. There's no rush on Steven's side to address the board.
That's why I'm not too sure about that play. He's just going to Kulgan's command. Oh, he's flipping the Jace already? Oh my god.
Flip Jace.
Yeah.
And down tick. Grab him.
What a dumb card.
Looks like Riley does have force in hand. He's opting not to force here.
I don't really like either. So he lost. I can't tell what he lost because the glare.
Yeah, the glare is a little bit hard to tell. That's always rough.
I mean, then Steven's gonna
have. All right, so there is a True Name.
So that's probably the play he was on.
So True Name coming down.
But Steven's got the EE.
Correct.
So it's gonna. What does Jace do again?
So the plus gives -2/-0 to target creature.
Snapcaster him to Torok.
To up to 1 target creature. And it's all like mills for 5 for each spell played, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So 5 or 10, I never remember.
I'm pretty sure you just go like Snapcaster Kulgan's command knowing that you have the EE on Steven's side. I don't even think it's even a thought process about it, to be quite honest. I mean, I think the card Hymn to Tarok's like flavor text says cast me early and often. So I don't know why this is I don't know why we're sitting here thinking about it. His hand's pretty gas too. I mean, he's got
pretty good hand. I think Snapcaster interesting. So just gonna call against command.
Sure.
And force Riley to discard 1.
Now Riley's so down on resources now, and Steven's so up on resources.
Yeah. So Riley has to go after the Jace. That'll kill it pretty cleanly. And Drew Stoneforge, so that's good.
It made him waste 2 of the... But again, he has a
Snapcaster.
Snapcaster.
Yeah, Snapcaster is going to be rough.
It's just,
Snapcaster him gets rid of Riley's hand.
He's got Kess, man. Ugh. Kess, that's kind of odd.
If I remember correctly...
I still like...
Yeah, Steven's deck's definitely a lot more focused on those graveyard interactions.
Why does he run True Name then?
Live Snapcaster type things. I don't know.
I mean, you could run Thought Scour and Gurmag. That seems a little better. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't like True Name in this deck, especially with Baby Jace. And Kess too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's running a ton of those interactions.
Yeah. I still think he's got 2 cards in his hand. This Snapcaster,
you have to Snapcaster.
Snapcaster, Hymn to Tarok. Again, the card screams, cast me early and often.
Yeah. This is way too good to pass.
You can't getting a potential 4-for-1 is just absurd.
One of the cards is Spire Skull. You're gonna have to deal with it anyway.
A 4-for-1. I don't even know.
Hey Batosai, nice to see ya.
Oh, okay.
So playing Kess, that I don't like that play. I think I'd much rather see Snapcaster him.
Is Riley still the Council's Judgment?
Is there not a second him in the yard? Did he use?
Oh, maybe he used
that already.
How do you use it? Oh, use it with the Jace. Yeah, okay, that's why.
Okay,
I'm wrong then. So there's a Council Judgment in Riley's hand, but the unfortunate part is he doesn't have the mana to use it. That's the problem right now.
Yeah, I think if you're Riley, though, you're just kind of happy to be able to...
It sounds strange, but, I mean, if he could Council Judgment this Kess. The thing with Steven is he's kind of getting lucky with his interactions with Jace and Kess, where they need to stay alive one turn to be able to be useful.
Sure.
And they keep staying alive one turn to be useful. So it's one of those things where, I don't... Riley needs to do something to pull ahead, and that's just not going to be good enough, what he's doing there.
Riley's pretty happy to have Fire Skull here, but...
Well, Steven's just going to play Pithing Needle on Stoneforge. Just going to force Riley
for sure, and then
the
use Kess to get rid of it, or... Yeah.
Yeah, the Pithing Needle just got to come first. Yeah, he doesn't have WW for his Council's Judgment. That's why it's worthless right now.
Yeah.
So he brainstormed?
Just like Brainstorm.
Because Kess can only really cast things at sorcery speed. So letting Riley... So he already cast Brainstorm. So he's got the Snapcaster too. I mean, the Pithing Needle, I guess. He's got EE, Snapcaster.
This makes your turn very awkward. You could put the EE on 0 to get rid of the Germ token.
I was pondering. Do you know how literally I've called everything wrong this match?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Look, there's glares, and that's not even an excuse because it's like you guys look at the same thing.
Fatal Push is the draw.
Which is good, I guess. I don't know.
So it looks like we're gonna Needle.
Well, in response, we're gonna cast.
Activate. Yeah. Down comes Batter Skull.
Yeah.
Now, do you name Batter Skull here just so you can cleanly kill it with Colgan's command?
I don't know.
It's like he's killing the Germ token. Fatal Push.
Sure.
I think I'd name Batter Skull here, but it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah. Again, fetch for EE is not going to help. He needs a white source. If he kills this Kess, he's like in the driver's seat.
So
it'd be interesting. I'm assuming you named Batter Skull, right?
I would assume.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's
Spirit Blossom's
still very problematic. We got to deal with that Kess. Got to deal with that Kess though.
Steven's down to 10. he's not quite winning the race because we know about the Snapcaster in hand. But Bitter Blossom does a good job of providing a pretty quick clock here to deal with.
If you're Steven, you just have too much advantage. There's just no way you can lose this game. That's just the truth.
Here comes Brainstorm.
Or
maybe not.
I don't know.
Looks like he's gonna run out. Okay,
Engineered explosives.
E on 2.
Which is okay for Riley, because Riley just wants to. It does, yeah. But the thing is, like, it also, if he E's on 2, that means True Name's still alive.
Sure.
And the thing is, if Riley rips a Council's Judgment, and Council's Judgment's the Kess, then this game's a little different. I like this. This time walked him in a lot of ways.
Sure. Yeah.
If he blows it now, it'd be a mistake, in my opinion, because I think you can deal with one fairy token. You need to have some sort of interaction on this board, and like, I don't think you can give a turn back to Riley, because if he draws a white source, we're huge danger. You know,
it's gonna blow up here.
It's gonna get those 2 cards.
I think if you're Riley, you are pretty happy about this. You do need to draw a white pretty soon.
Absolutely, it's white card or bust.
It's a little awkward to think of
land.
Giving up value with Bitter Blossom, but I think you're correct.
I think that was a swamp. No, it's
it looks like Jace.
Oh, is it Jace? Pretty much the worst thing you could see.
It looked like a Jace to me.
I mean, we're at the point where I think he's going to die now to just recursion of Cooligan's Command dealing 2 damage. But, I mean, if we saw a white source...
We'll see, yeah.
I mean, a white source, any of these 2 draws...
E coming down on 2.
Timer could be wrong.
Timer's just a real rough estimate.
He draws Counterspell. I mean, legitimately, his play should be attack with Kess, Cooligan's Command back, hold up Counterspell.
EE on 2 is holding off Snapcaster for damage.
I don't like going to 6.
Yeah, that's a 2-turn clock.
I mean, you're basically saying that you're killing him you're killing him next turn.
That's yeah.
Which you do, because you have Kess, Snapcaster, and Cooligan's Command. But
I don't think you...
I don't like that play.
I don't know.
Is he making him discard? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He did 2 damage. Yeah, I know. The 2 damage was good. Why is it at 15? He's not at 15. He's at 5.
It should be at 5.
Which means it should be over because there's another Cooligan's Command in the yard. And Riley drew a Brainstorm, it looks like.
We'll see what he draws here. If he draws a white...
Well, the Counterspell is going to kill him anyways.
Yeah.
He drew the white. I would Swords the Plow.
Oh, he's got swords.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because the Counterspell.
Well, here's the thing. Riley attacks in order for Steven to... No, he's got the Coligans in the yard, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he just has lethal on crackback.
Yeah.
I was thinking that Steven would have to tap out for the Snapcaster, but he doesn't. So
unless Riley drew like 2 swords. He could swords his own. Well, I think Riley goes his Counterspell in. I just don't see it out for him, to be honest.
Yeah, just a little bit unfortunate with the way that the mana
Zealous
worked out.
Persecution.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
It is an underground.
Strangely enough, the Zealous Persecution... I don't know.
Swords here.
Man,
yeah, Counterspell.
I'm not a fan of this game.
So now Riley can't attack. Yeah, that's just game. All right, so Steven takes that 2-1. And that's our first round in the books.
Yeah.
So, kind of an interesting matchup there.
I actually, this can sound weird. I'd rather be on Esper Stoneblade 1,000 times over Grixis. I just don't. I think Grixis is just it's just not what it's supposed to be anymore. Like, it's more control-y. The thing is, like, the recursion of like Cooligan's. The reason why the deck's good is Hymn to Torog. Cooligan's Command's like not as good as it used to be. Not because of the cards any different, but because the meta's shifted. And it's just one of those things where, like, you know, if you're playing control deck versus control deck, which Stoneforge is, the thing is, like, if you Kolgan's command and you kill, even if you kill the Batter Skull, it's just one of those things where it's just like, my Batter Skull is free. Like, I Stoneforge got my Batter Skull, so like I'm meeting your interaction,
right?
And it's just one of those things where, but then I have cards like Lingering Souls, True Name Nemesis. I have White Planeswalkers. You know, I have my own Planeswalkers. I have Hand Disruption that can like manipulate stuff. I have my own Stoneforges, and it's just kind of like one of those things where I think you can just kind of like fit in windows where Grixis can't cover. Like what we saw that matchup was like Grixis always just being a turn ahead and Riley not having the right mana. But like for the most part, it just seemed, I don't know, like Kess is underpowered. It's
sure.
card that dies the Swords to Plowshare, Pyroblast. I don't know.
It's a 4-mana spell that doesn't really do
same
a
thing
lot
with Baby Jace too, right?
It's just, the spot.
It's just like Baby Jace just doesn't seem, I don't know.
I feel like Baby Jace was a little bit better suited in the previous format as opposed to now.
I mean, it'll always have the problem of it turning on your opponent's removal in a control deck.
Right.
And that's the problem with Steven's deck is when you're playing Snapcaster and Baleful Strix and stuff like that, it turns off the removal of the other deck.
Right.
But when you make the removal still good to kill Baby Jace and Kess,
for sure,
it's kind of giving your opponent advantage where you don't want to be giving him advantage. So, I don't know. I think the Grixis shell that I would go with would just be 4 Baleful Strix, 3 Snapcaster, probably 2 Gurmag, and then just focus on 3 Jace. But, I mean, that just match kind of shows you that sometimes Magic cards get you there.
Yeah,
and sometimes you cast him to Torok twice, or, you know.
Turns out discard is still pretty good disruption against a lot of decks, and you'll get there.
Yeah. So.
Backed up by counter magic, pretty good. So we've got the big legacy. Is it a 1K? 1.5K?
I don't think it's a 1K. I think it's just good price support.
So just really good price support.
I think it's like
there's a rather large legacy tournament tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they'll be streamed here as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Bryce is streaming that. I'm not sure who's streaming with Bryce. It might be Kyer. It might be Brian.
Yeah.
But someone will be.
Somebody will be.
And so we got that going on. We showed you guys the monk token and the zombie token. We got monk token and zombie token. The monk tokens will be given out tomorrow. And we hope that you guys will join us for that too. But I don't know. Like, so what changes have you seen in the format that like made you want to go towards Stoneblade as opposed to like?
It's a 45-55 deck. It's a deck where I feel like I have game against every deck. My worst matchup is a deck I don't think should be played, which is 12 post.
Okay.
And it's one of those things, even then I have 3 Thoughtseizes and I have Snapcaster.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where potentially I can just Thoughtseize them out of the game.
Sure.
Disenchant some of their big, artifacts. But it's just one of those things where, no, I'm not playing tomorrow. But that's why I just feel like the way, I just think the deck's, like I said, it's got discard, it's got disruption, it's got card value with Lingering Souls, Stoneforge Mystic, it's got Brainstorm, of course, with fetch lands, it's got Jace the Mind Sculptor. We get to play these cute 1-ofs of Counterspell, Supreme Verdict, Engineered Explosives. We get to play Academy Runes for our Baleful Strix, for our Batter Skulls, and our Jitte.
I do like that.
There's been so many games where I've literally just recurred an equipment or recurred a Baleful Strix, and you can just tell the look on your opponent. It's just like it's weird because it's so mana intensive, but the dread on their face of knowing the Batter Skull's coming back. You get to play True Name Nemesis too. I think the deck comes from a different angles.
So you just feel it has a bit more like recursion and a bit more game against things as opposed to like a Rug Delver deck where
So I like Rug Delver. And the 2 decks that I have built now are Rug Delver. And I'm either going to play Rug Delver or Esper Stoneblade at Richmond. And I'm about 95-5 on Esper Stoneblade.
Sure.
I could see me switching to USA Stoneblade just because
both those decks to me seem like they operate in kind of a similar space, but attack it from different angles.
So USA Stoneblade is more sit back and kind of like counter and more controlly, while Esper Stoneblade is more aggressive. Like the sheer amount of sorceries you run. So I run the 4 sorcery, discard spells, the 2 Lingering Souls, the 2 Ponders, the Supreme Verdict, the Council's Judgment. It's like, so you're being more proactive, while Jeskai Stoneblade gets to be more reactive. They play the extra Jace. They get to play Vendilion Click and Caracas, so they don't have the Academy Rune Streak. They have Caracas and Vendilion Click, which is good.
BT Roche has a question. Do you think it's correct to board in Graveyard Hate versus Esper Blade?
I don't think so, because there's like 3 Snapcasters or 2 Snapcasters, and most Esper Blade players are off of Lingering Souls right now. Like on the Discord, everyone's trying to say that 3 True Names is the correct number. I actually think the correct number is either 2-1 or 2-2. I like 2-2. Lingering Souls just gives miracles and that Grixis deck a fit.
Yeah. Lingering Souls, when it's good, it's really good.
Yeah, but I wouldn't board in Graveyard Hate. I mean, like, yeah, Surgical can hit something like that. They're going to Snapcaster back in. But, like, it just depends what deck you're playing.
Sure.
Like, a Pyroblast could do something just as much. Or, like, Lingering Souls at the end of the day are just 1-1. So, and it also is mana intensive, too. So you could overcome that as well. I think I wouldn't, personally, because, like, that's the only cards you're hitting is Lingering Souls and Snapcasters. And so that's why it's just, like, there's... You know, you want to deal with the equipments, you want to deal with the true names, and, you know.
It seems like the three drop slot is like the most contested slot in the deck. Like you've got true names, you've got Lingering Souls, you have Council's Judgment, you've got Monastery Mentor if you wanted to play it. Like
I'm not a fan of Mentor. I never really have been. Mentor needs other cards to be good, while True Name and Lingering Souls by themselves can dictate big problems.
Sure.
And honestly, I think Lingering Souls and True Name hold equipments better than Monastery Mentor does.
Sure.
I mean, like anything holds an equipment, but I would lean towards True Name and the Lingering Souls. So Lingering Souls helps you kill Jaces too.
Yeah.
I mean, like so is True Name, but like Jace is a big problem.
Yeah.
And like being able to like have game against that's important.
It's nice to have cards too that can gain you value through things like your opponent's Baleful Strixes and the like.
So you want to do Josh is on the left versus Paul. So Josh on Miracles versus Paul on Lands.
Sweet.
And then who's our other match? Let's see if I can pick it out. It's gonna be Steven on Grixis again versus Kevin on Goblins.
Yep.
So kind of like, so perspective, the 2 matches we're going to look at. So let's watch Grixis versus Goblins. I think we're kind of tired of watching Miracles versus Lands.
That sounds good to me.
So Grixis versus Goblins, right? We just watched the Grixis deck. It's got Fatal Pushes. It's got True Names. I mean, it's got Kulgan's Command. So it's got some good stuff versus the Goblin deck. Aether Vial is going to get Force of Will here, I'm pretty sure, because your Force of Will is pretty much dead if you don't Force of Will it. So Forcing Will, removing a True Name. True Name is really good against Goblins, but you know what True Name isn't good against? Goblin Pile Driver. So it's actually kind of an interesting interaction, but...
who's on the left? That's it.
Yeah, it's pretty good turn play. You get a Force of Will and Aether Vial, and you're going to Thoughtseize back. So we got Chain Wielder, War Chief, and Matron. So kind of a slow hand.
Jeff.
This is the same Kess deck, yeah. So basically, this is like Grixis Kess. We may as well call it Grixis Kess. Because like I don't think anyone else is playing that shell right now.
Sure.
No, it's Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah.
That's what.
And Kevin's playing a pretty stock Goblins list. He's got Matron, obviously. He's got the whole Goblins package. This hand was good because it had an Aether Vial and Cavern of Souls, so he's gonna be able to win through counter magic and Steven forced the Aether Vial, which is correct. And then you got Port. So
Okay.
The only thing with Goblin Shell Wielder is it's going to have a problem because you can't cast it off of Port. It's a 3 red card. Pretty intensive. But, Chain Wielder is going to kill Baleful Strix. Kills Baleful Strix in all the ways. So Kevin's probably looking for some sort of... Ringleader is a good draw. But he really wants to find... He's basically going to concede he's not casting a Chain Wielder by playing the Rashad and Port. Mainly because he doesn't have a play. So he's going to just Port the Swamp, which is good.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So Steven will probably get an island off that Polluted Delta. Even though I can't see the board, I'm assuming Kevin's probably playing Cavern of Souls and probably we're going to see the same play. Looks like he drew a second Ringleader. He's got War Chief. He's got to play War Chief. War Chief off of Caverns is the right play. I didn't see the War Chief. I forgot about it.
War Chief's definitely the play.
If this doesn't get Fatal Push, it's a major win. There is a line where Steven kills the War Chief this turn, and Kevin can't cast the Ringleader next turn. So I think if Kevin sees a go pass, or even a Baleful Strix, I'm pretty sure Kevin's pretty happy with that. Tell you one thing, if if he rips a red land and plays Chain Wilder into the Baleful Strix, it's going to look real good too.
Oh yeah.
I can't. The way Stevens is fetching and using his mana it's got to be a Baleful Strix. Yep.
So in this matchup, I imagine Cavern does a decent amount of work, and you're just trying to
red source, yeah.
Trying to overload. Like you're really trying to get like maximum value off these ringleaders and really overload the removal that Steven has.
But this is going to be really good here. The casting the Chain Wilder
for sure,
and pressing the damage. Because there's not going to be any board sweeps from Steven game one, especially knowing he plays True Name and seeing the force off of True Name. Toxic Deluge is off the table, so just going a little bit wide here, getting the Baleful Strix down and putting in 5 damage, it's a good play.
And a 3/3 first striker is very hard to get.
And then the best part is now his lands are aligned, so Ringleader comes down even if the War Chief dies.
Yep.
So, and then Ringleader, there's a Ringleader and a Pile Driver.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could potentially just...
If there's one more land here, it could be game.
Yeah, he could just Pile Drive him and kill him. Actually, no, wait a minute. Isn't it? Because Pile Driver costs 1 red, and Ringleader costs 3 mana, so it doesn't matter. You can cast both.
Yeah.
So I think he's just dead.
I think we're talking if War Chief got removed, right?
No. But yeah, I think showing Kess the game
Kess is the play, and that should be game.
Because Ringleader and Pile Driver, everyone swings. Pile Driver will deal 7 damage exactly. Kess can't block it.
For sure.
So this is the problem with Kess. Like, maybe Jace isn't as good, but Jace probably bounces the War Chief here. And then just gives you a turn.
Right.
You know? Let's see how Kevin constructs this. He's got the line to win it. This is one of those like little puzzles, you know.
Definitely does. We'll see how it pans out. He might lead on Ringleader.
Which is fine. Which is perfectly fine. There's no reason. The order doesn't matter. I mean, Force of Will's a card, so you know, leading on Pile Driver is not bad either. But leading on Ringleader to get Force of Will is good too.
Sure.
And
he could just Pile Driver and attack all out, right? He could do that, but
all right, then you play your Ringleader.
I'm not even sure he needs to here for damage.
I think he wants to.
Oh, you definitely should, but
I mean, you know,
yeah.
You don't not do it. I mean, you know.
So the only thing he would be concerned about, right, is
Force Will, which is okay. Like then your opponent just gives a target.
If this gets forced, you're
going to win the game.
More than happy with that because you're winning either way, right? So Ringleader is going to come down.
Yeah, and Steven doesn't have anything, and
Steven's just going to look and see.
Balmer, Lackey, War Chief. All right, so you didn't get a 4/1, only a 3/1.
So you got an Ancestral.
Ancestral
attached to your 2/2 haster.
Yep.
And that'll do. So Kevin takes a quick game 1.
Interesting start. We didn't see a play from Kevin until turn 3. You know, for the War Chief and then the Chain Welder, and then you know it was a good explosive start. You know, Forceful and Thoughtseize at 3 damage to Steven, and
well, it just goes to show you that the Goblins deck can really do a lot of damage.
Even if Steven stabilized, there was now a Lackey. There's Kevin just drew 3 cards. Yep. So this is a one where Steven's going to benefit from going first. He's also going to benefit from probably not having a 2/4 run himself off of Force of Wills.
Yeah,
so you're going to see him dig into more artifact removal and creature removal.
Yeah,
you're probably going to see his. He's obviously got Coolden's Command, but he's probably going to be a little bit more aggressive with stuff.
Engineered Explosives is an interesting one. I'm not sure how good it is in the matchup.
I think you have to keep it because of Aether Vial.
I think you do have to keep it, but I'm just not sure that's that great.
2. I think on 2 is good because of you still have like Pile Driver and just kind of that interaction. You have to for Aether Vial.
I think at max they're only playing like 8/2s though.
Yeah, I know, but it's one of those things where it's kind of it's really more for Aether Vial because like you really do have to get
and you need maximum answers to
you don't really win through their Aether Vial. Yeah. It's hard to beat Death and Taxes or Goblins through Aether Vial because just the things they can do with it just gets really difficult. So that's why you kind of keep it in, and you know. It may never be great. It may never be as good as like hitting a True Name or a Liliana like we saw, or hitting an equipment in the Stoneforge, but it's gonna at least make them stumble just a little bit. I wouldn't take it out. I think it's one of those cards where you're probably gonna, because your counter magic's not very good in this matchup.
Sure. Yeah.
So like, you know,
you certainly don't want your forces.
and you're certainly not boarding in graveyard stuff. So depending on what Steven's board looks like, you know, it's like, for instance, Pithing Needle. Do you want to bring in Pithing Needle for like Siege King Commander and for probably not?
Probably not. It
but-
does hit a vial.
But at that point, I would rather just have EE, because at least my EE, I can late game, I can like, you know, even if I'm paying 5 mana for 3 drops,
Exactly.
you can get 3 drops. You know, there's a lot of 3 drops.
You
So it's
bet.
one of those things where, yeah, the card's not like great.
If you can get up to 3 and activate it, it's probably perfectly fine.
Yeah, I just
But,
don't think we're gonna have. I don't think we're gonna have enough heat to take out.
like, at best, it'll be 5 mana damnation, but that's at best.
Yeah,
Like-
and, you know, and
Yeah. So drawing opening hands here. Looks like Steven's got a brainstorm, some lands.
lands and brainstorm basically.
Yep. And looks like Kevin's got a cavern. Looks like he's gonna mull that though.
Interesting.
Not-
He had Cavern and Rashadenport.
It didn't look like he had much in the way of early game. It looked like he had like
Well, he had like
incinerator.
He had like, I was gonna say, he had a
Incinerator,
gem palmer,
like,
so
stuff like that.
He may have just had
So-
some utility stuff. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
hard one not to keep though, because Cavern and
Mhm.
Rashadenport's really good. But
I feel like cavern on one is really hard not to keep.
he must have not had the good creatures. You know, he must have had
Yeah.
like so, which is still knowing that you're going to get a draw phase. We'll see though. I mean,
I don't think it had like turn 1 lackey or anything like that.
well, this one's got an Aether Vial in it. It's got a lackey too, but I don't think he's got a red source.
So he's got
2
port.
ports.
Port, Vial, Lackey, Matron, one other card.
So he's okay. So mountain.
So
So he's going to go. I wonder if he goes lackey or he goes Aether Vial.
Definitely go Aether Vial.
He disagrees.
I think it's much more important to get Vial out quick and have that be
Yeah,
a thing that Steven has
Especially
to
with
deal
Steven on the play, because now Steven's going to be able to cast Baleful Strix against the lackey,
Right.
and if you don't have the Gem Palm, then it's going to be pretty much. Can't wait.
Just need some caverns.
Just play
Nice.
unclaimed territory. Just pretend the caverns. Gobos is an interesting deck.
It is. It's interesting to have in the format. I'm not sure that it's ever going to be like the deck at this point, but it's a good deck to have around, I think. It keeps a lot of people honest and
Yeah,
in a similar way that Burn does, but in a more active
I
way.
actually don't like tech for goblins at all.
Like
I just have the Supreme
You've got
Verdict and like
GK,
the
like-
yeah. I mean, I do, but like I just hope that like I just have enough, you know. I see a matron, so Kevin must have been trying to get the laggy matron play out, which isn't great, but it's like it gives you juice.
So worth noting, when I played against Steven a couple weeks ago, he had a ton of basics in his deck, was able to fetch around Wasteland pretty effectively.
Was he running 4?
He was running at least 5, I thought.
Oh, really? I think the magic number is 4 right now.
Yeah.
If you're playing a 3-color mana base, you want to be running, and if you're playing blue, you want to be playing blue and then your tertiary colors. So Steven would be playing 2 islands, probably a swamp,
Sure.
and probably 1 mountain. Or and actually, because the blue-black shell is so strong, I could see somebody doing 2 island, 2 swamp, and it makes me wonder if Steven's doing 2 island, 2 swamp, and 1 mountain. I probably wouldn't play the mountain, to be honest, but you know. Depends how many lightning bolt. I mean, he's running cast, so maybe he needs a mountain. There's another Baleful Strix is going to be really good.
Yep, so Strix coming down is really kind of problematic for this lackey.
You really have to get a gem palm to really feel value out of it. Because, you know, and there's True Name too. So True Name is probably going to land next.
This is also why I like Vial on 1 more, because it allows you to get up to things like Chain Whirler on 3 quicker,
Yeah.
be able to attack through. But being 1 turn off is
His
not the
Ringleader,
worst.
I mean, he's slowly getting his, you know.
He's got Matron, so he can go get Chain Whirler or the like.
Yeah. I like the, because he's got land in his hand.
Sure.
So I like that play. I like matroning and going and getting Shell Builder.
Yeah.
Doesn't kill True Name.
True.
Yeah, I think you just run it out there. No reason not to.
I think that's what we're going to see
Especially
happen.
because you got the Ringleader.
Yeah.
The
The Ringleader was a great draw.
yeah.
So Matron's the play. And I think Kevin's right to assume that there's probably not going to be much in the way of counter magic.
Yeah, I would just run everything out there.
Like,
I really would.
You saw he was kind of thinking about it for a little bit. It'll be interesting to see what he grabs.
Steven's got 3 lands, True Name.
If he has something like...
he's got 4 lands.
Goblin Sharpshooter, is that better or worse than Chain Whirler if it's coming out of the board? Looks like he's looking at a Gem Palm Incinerator.
No. Oh, it's Goblin Sharpshooter.
That's a Skirk Prospector?
What?
Or a Goblin Sharp?
That's a Skirk Prospector.
That's a Skirk Prospector.
Why would you get a Skirk Prospector?
Well, you can Violet into play this turn.
I know, but why would you get a Skirk Prospector?
I don't know.
Skirk
Prospector? I'm so confused.
Is it Jete in this deck?
Apparently. So, wow.
Okay.
We got some stuff going on. Skirk Prospector, huh?
Why? I know it's more. Yeah. We got Skirk Prospector and we got Jete. Yeah, that's probably game.
We got some stuff going on.
What's Goblin Sharpshooter?
Jay Winner, there is a Vial in play, which I think is perfectly
What's
fine.
Goblin Sharpshooter? Is he 2 red?
He's 1 red, I thought.
Yeah, I think it was 2.
Yeah.
What's the other card? Chain Whirler is 3 red.
Chain Whirler is 3 red.
Does he have Chain Whirler?
If he has Chain Whirler in hand, he probably would have played it that turn.
No, he wouldn't have played it because he couldn't. Wasteland and Rashadenport.
He could Vial the Prospector in, sack his 3, and clear the Baleful Strixes.
I get, but it looks like what's his name did it in response to kill the lackey. Oh no, he attacked.
How do you get it in response?
Yeah, you're right. I forget about.
There's no Stoneforge.
Yeah. I don't think Kevin can deal with.
That's gonna be a tough one. Really tough to deal with.
Yeah.
So GTA being active now, a lot of these Goblin decks are playing Goblin Trashmaster, which gives +1/+1 to all your goblins, and you can sacrifice a goblin to.
Kevin should at least have one in the deck,
For sure.
He probably didn't board in the rest of them because I think he has some in the 60 and some in the 15, but it's still certainly
Kevin's kept this Vial on 1.
What is up with that Skirk Prospector?
I don't know.
Has he got some plan that we just don't see?
I have no idea. This might be a more combo-y version of goblins somehow.
I don't think so.
But
I've played against Kevin.
I haven't really seen Prospector played a lot. So we're going to see Mogwar Marshal.
Yeah, I get it kind of. But it's just
going to ramp, but...
Chainwhirler's not going to stop the Jete now.
So down comes Skirk Prospector.
He's going to kill something responsive.
We'll see what happens. So now we're going to sack, gain a red, sack, gain a red, activate, cast Chain Whirler. So Chain Whirler is not even that wonderful here. He gets rid of the GT counter.
It does. I mean, it's pretty big. It gets rid of what one of the Strixes. I mean, you're right. It's not overwhelming right now, but it's
good, but it's not.
It's good, and also, I mean, Steven's gonna have to attack with the Baleful Strix. Kevin's not in a bad position. I mean, him seeing the Skirk Prospector play is.
So I think Kevin's contemplating sacking 3 goblins. No, he's just going to wasteland.
Well, I think it's fine. At this point, you've got your Vial. You've got.
There's no need to rush on this Ringleader.
He's got this Prospector too. Steven has to leave 1 token on Jete to survive. Oh no, Chainwhirler doesn't.
Chainwhirler isn't every. Yeah. It's just a one-time. No.
The True Name should be enough to just win the game. Like playing True Name, but does he have Swamp Mountain Island?
Yeah.
But he's got a Volcanic on his hand. Yeah, I think the play is just play out True Name and then just attack a Baleful Strix and then Band March is on. I just don't see what else you would do.
Yeah.
I mean, attack, sure. We're gonna get 2 tokens. We know we're gonna do that.
Yep.
And then we're gonna play a Volcanic Island. Or play a basic island, because we have the other basic island in our hand. So play basic island, play true name. If we got a brainstorm, we'll brainstorm first just to clear out a hand a little bit, and then we'll fetch the basic island. But there's a true name there, right? I'm not crazy.
There's true name in his hand. Yeah.
Slam true name. There we go. There we are. Slam true name. No, slam true name. Okay, There we go. If Kevin doesn't find Trash Master, he should concede.
Yeah, I think you're kind of on Trash Master bust. Steven gets rid of Kevin's Skirk Prospector.
Yeah.
So no more shenanigans on that end. Vile ticks up to 2. Kevin draws for turn. He draws a Goblin Lackey. Goblin Lackey's not looking too hot right here. You've got Ringleader. I think you have to Ringleader and hope to hit something good. Like Trash Master or something along that line.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure. Sometimes these lists also run like Tuk Tuk Scrapper or something like that.
Yeah.
So he might have more outs than we think, but...
It's Lackey and Ringleader, right?
Yeah.
Can't cast either in this turn. Let's watch some Miracles and Lands. This game's over. There's a Jitane, there's a true name. I just don't see what's going on here.
All right. Let's see how our other match is doing.
We're just kind of stalling out on this one. I can pretty much tell you, true name's going to attack every turn with a Jitane.
Okay, so switching over.
So Josh is Fate Sealing Paul, and there's a bunch of Snapcasters on the board. And there's also a Thespian Stage and Dark Depths.
That there is.
And
looks like
and
there's
Josh
been a couple that have been swords already with Paul at 52 life.
Yeah, one thing that you kind of notice too, there's a Ghost Quarter from Paul, and there's 5 islands.
Yep. I'd imagine this game has been going on for quite a while.
So it looks like Paul's on the get you off of all your basic lands plan against Miracles. I think Paul's just trying to set up a play where he can disrupt the Flooded Strand and White Sword so he can swing through.
Yeah, if there's no swords, then you can attack.
Yeah. Until Josh fumbles the Merit Waves token. So I can't tell what Josh has, but it looks like some sort of Council's Judgment and the other Jace. I can't tell.
That's kind of what it looked like to me as well. Council's Judgment for sure.
Yeah, so we're going to see a Wasteland Port on the Flooded Strand this turn. That's got to be the line.
Yep. Looks like Josh is going to...
I think that's why he's scooping
pack
up
it
to
in.
it. Yeah.
All right. So...
Unfortunately, well, I bet you we're going to go back to... Dude, Romario, I can't even say your name. What are you doing? You're playing Elves Online right now.
Mario Vidal.
You're supposed to be the Agrolome streamer, and then I played him on Magic Online, and he's playing Elves.
I've seen Romario run all sorts of stuff.
Oh,
online.
really? I just know him for Agrolome. I just know that when me and Kyra streamed Agrolome, and Kyra, no offense, Kyra, not mistake, Kyra decided to make the weirdest lines possible. Poor Romario was just sitting there being like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?" And he was right.
Yeah.
Like, what were we doing? But I Esper bladed him down. Little Elves did not. Dude, you remember a game, Romario? Because I remember it. You probably don't, but I 3-for-1 you. I forget what I did. I think I Zealous Persecution. I can't remember. No, I did something mean. I think I was playing, or was I playing Rug? Oh, I was playing Rug. I actually was playing Rug, and I rough and tumbled them. I remember you played 4 Heritage Druids game too, but they all died. They didn't all die from the first rough and tumble, but 2 of them died to the first rough and tumble.
Speaking of Elves, I know we've got one Elves player in the room today.
We do.
Yep, we've got Roger on Elves.
Elves is good.
It's an interesting deck. I'm not sure.
Elves is good when they don't have board wipes, or they don't have Submerge.
Yeah.
You ever submerge a Dryad Arbor?
Ooh, I have not.
You've not lived until you've submerged a Dryad Arbor. You've not lived till you've submerged a Dryad Arbor, then played Liliana Last Hope after it.
All right,
just watched them cry. What were you playing, El Jefe? I'm one of those psycho people who remembers everything. Where are you playing? I saw you were streaming when I was at work today, and I think your stream title was like trying to figure out what legacy deck to play.
Mm.
Did you figure anything out, or are you just still kind of dirtling on it? Is this match still in the same position?
It's still going on.
I
Same
told
thing.
you what was going to happen.
He's got Jason play now and GTA with counters on his training.
Attack.
That's
Attack. Kevin won game 1, so maybe Kevin's just like, I have the prerogative not to scoop.
Yeah. He might want to see a bit more out of Steven's list too. It's kind of unusual. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, goblins can only play a different.
Like Goblins is going to do the same thing. Yeah.
We decided to take our lackeys out and instead put in goblin guides.
I feel like being on the play, turn 1 lackey gets a little bit stronger. Than I don't know. I think I still stand behind.
Well,
turn
absolutely,
1 lackey.
absolutely. Well,
Like,
yeah. Let's see,
Thinking between those two, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I think that's it. So, I mean, Sneak and Show. I don't think you can go into a major tournament playing Sneak and Show and feel bad about it. Like, I think.
Yeah, you can't feel bad about
even
it.
when,
for sure.
when Grixis Delver was the best deck, like you could argue that like you're playing into like a 40-60 matchup.
Yeah.
But if you're a good Sneak and Show, I mean, JPA has proven that like you can beat Grixis Delvers with a little bit of patience and maneuverability.
Yeah.
So like I think Sneak and Show always being like the number one deck you're gonna take is perfectly fine.
The deck's definitely powerful.
Well, I like where the deck is at right now too. I like that new card.
Yeah.
See, I like Artisan. I think it's good, and I mean, it's just I'm not a Sneak and Show expert. I never have been, and never will be. But like, I think it's a lot better than Through the Breach. I don't know. My reps of Sneak and Show are funsy reps. It's like when I'm hungover and I want to play. Can I say on the stream?
Yeah,
I've been hungover in Magic Tournament. Like, it's when I'm hungover and I just want to play. Like I just want to be like But like, isn't Arcane Artisan just better than Through the Breach out of the sideboard? And isn't that what it kind of replaces?
Seems good. Yeah.
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 The only thing about Artisan is why it's not bananas is it dies the Pyroblast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it makes them keep in 2 Swords to Plowshare.
Sure.
So I guess if you just like end up sneaking showing them, then you're just like, whatever. It's like you got 2 dead cards in your hand while I'm sneaking showing you. But 4-color Loam, that's what Kyre's on. I'm kind of. He's either. I feel like he's on 4-color Loam or he may try Maverick.
4-color Loam to me just feels really rough. No offense to anyone who plays the deck, and like the deck is a good deck, but for me it felt really rough. It's just not the type of Magic that I'd prefer to be playing.
It's a deck that well, I'm gonna give you a good example. When me and Kyra first picked up the deck and we were doing that stream, like Romario was watching us, and like you could there's definitely a disconnect to how Romario would play the deck and how we were thinking to play the deck.
For sure. Yeah.
And it shows you that like once you get enough reps from the deck, but like I wouldn't be a good lone player just picking it up. It's definitely a deck you got to invest in. And
for sure.
That could be said of anything, but there's a lot of decks where you
there are decks like Sneak and Show where it's a little bit easier to get into, and the lines are a little bit more straightforward.
I'm really high on Maverick right now.
Yeah. I kind of am too, to be honest. Like, I think Maverick's just well positioned.
It's just a good deck. Like, you got the Karakuses with your Knights. Like, you're not Containment Pre. You got the White Hate Bears.
You're able to play a better Death and Taxes.
I like it. So
Death and Taxes with a bit more versatility.
Yeah. I love 4-color Loam. I love Aggro Loam because it's one of those decks that's been around for a while. It's like it's kind of like it's like the 2 old guys at the bar. It's like Canadian Threshold and Aggro Loam.
Yeah.
I mean, the great struggle with combo decks is always game 2 and 3.
Sure.
Because you have to be.
You have to be a game 1 deck.
You have to be and Sneak. Even Sneak and Show, which is more of a balanced combo deck. Like you have to be winning game 1.
Ooh, so that's a Trash Master coming down.
Is it?
So that's gonna.
I called game already. I'm not taking this match.
So, first of all, that pumps all of.
So he's killing people. I like the black. Not a heavy black, a very slight black, but I think the black's still good. So.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't do tricky things like playing Leovold or Liliana Last Hope or double black cards, but I like Zealous Persecution. Yeah, I know Surgical's for Exceed Mana, but like Zealous Persecution's a good one. You know, there's a certain black enchantment I'm very fond of that you could throw in there, and you know, I'm trying to think of the other black and green cards that you can play, like Abrupt Decay.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's worth it.
Abrupt Decay is solid.
But I think if you just go green-white too, I think you're fine. Like, the power in the deck is still Green Sun Zenith and Neither Reliquary and Noble. So, like, I don't think you necessarily need black. I kind of just like black. I feel comfortable enough playing the deck a lot and using Noble as a mana dork.
Yeah.
Where most of the time you're going to be okay on green and white. You know what? I like the idea of any deck that's the punishing decks. I just know if I played the punishing decks, I'd draw all my Grove of the Grim Willows and none of my punishing fires. Because when I play Stoneblade, I raw dog all my equipments, but I can just brainstorm them back.
So Kevin's managed to kill off.
I forgot about that season stuff.
A couple different things here, but Steven still has board presence with Snapcaster and True Name, and that's going to be facing down a single War Chief. Looks like that War Chief's going away too.
Yeah.
So it looks like Chain Whirler is the only thing left.
Yeah, this game I'm probably good.
It's going to be a 1/3 first striker due to Jace if Jace upticks on it, and Kevin still facing down 5 damage.
I like Fairy Fire. It's not Fairy Fire. It's Fiery Justice.
Fiery Justice.
The card Fiery Justice
Fiery
is pretty
Justice.
sweet. Not Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire.
Is Fairy Fire a card? The reason I like the Punishing Maverick version is you get to run Fiery Justice.
Fiery Justice. We'll pull this up for chat.
Can we pull up the OG version? Because I hate this. Pull up that Ice Age Fiery Justice one.
Yeah.
Just look at this picture. I even like the picture.
Fiery Justice is quite the card.
It's a good one. It's one that I probably should see more play.
Boom. Fiery Justice deals 5 damage.
Divided any way.
Any number of targets. Anyway.
Pop.
Target opponent gains 5 life.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
There's like a D&D spell.
Fairy Fire.
What is even going on in that picture? I was like blind, I guess. That's a cool picture. I mean, that's like an extremo picture. That's cool.
It's a Fiery Justice. It's like the scales and the very literal magic art.
Grixis control is interesting, and we're kind of watching. Steven's build is a little unconventional because he's running like True Names and the Kess passage and the Baby Jace package. But you know, Calvin we saw round 1 is running the kind of the typical like just like control-y version that runs just 2 Gurmags. Are you running Gurmag as a threat, or are you even going like less Gurmag-y and just kind of more control-y? Because I think that's fine too. Just playing like 3 Jace and more control.
Kevin might be grinding this match back. So he's got Incinerator in hand. He's got
oh, it is modern legal. Oh,
he's got a Pile Driver. Yeah, it is modern legal.
It's time shifted. That's why.
For sure.
I forget modern's a format. I still play extended.
I miss extended. That was really fun, actually. Like, I understand why they got rid of it, because at the time it was kind of a doomed format. Yeah. Especially with the way that the previous standard formats have been. But it'd be interesting to see them.
Does he have 2 Pile Drivers?
Okay.
Oh man, if he found a Goblin War Chief.
Yeah, like this matchup's still very far from over.
Well, yeah, maybe. I still called it. I'm sticking by my call. Why is the Chain Whirler have 2 -1/-1 tokens on it?
It's -2 -0 from the Jace uptick.
Okay.
So that's what it is. So it's a 1/3 first strike.
Yeah, I don't know how good Blood Moon is right now.
Yeah, I feel like Blood Moon lost as much value as Wasteland. Like, people had to respect Wasteland a lot more, so you see people running a lot more basics, which decreases the value of Blood Moon.
Yeah, I'm bigger on Team America right now than Grixis Control, and I even like just playing the Delver and just sideboarding him out most games. Team America version that runs like the Bug mid range, just days package. Like, just being able to play Him to Torok and playing Wasteland and playing Days, I just think it's really good. Like, I think you just win games through those lines. But I think most people favor Grixis control, and like Weevold's like still pretty powerful.
Yeah, for sure. Leevold's a great card.
Oh no, you missed Bright. I wonder if we'll see Bright. We'll probably see Bryce again.
We might.
We could always request Bryce. Sneak fit it up. What is he playing? So Bryce is playing Eureka Fit? Is the deck called Eureka Fit?
I've heard called a lot of different names.
Like 12 Rector, 15 Rector.
8 Rector, Eureka Fit.
I got a concussion and didn't know what to play.
Yeah. Nyx Fit, like whatever you want to call it. Alright, Jace is gonna down tick. And we're gonna ponder. Doesn't look like ponder drew into much. This might be a shuffle. I think he probably shuffled that. And Kevin has Incinerator in hand as well, so he's able to push through a blocker. It like if Steven only leaves back like I don't know.
Well, Steven's gotta leave back.
But he's gotta leave back both Snapcasters because they can't attack through the.
Wow, I mean, literally, if Kevin draws a Goblin War Chief, he wins.
Yeah, yeah.
If he draws a Matron's 3 or 4.
Matron is 3.
Okay, so 4 drops. There's nothing that gives haste.
He could go Ringleader, like another Ringleader into.
So if he goes Matron off of everything, leave one cavern open, he still can't.
No, you go Ringleader into War Chief into Pile Driver attack.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to go Matron into Ringleader, play Ringleader, get. Oh, you just play.
No, if you just have a Ringleader, right? You go Ringleader into. Yeah.
And he's got 2 Pile Drivers and 2 something else.
He's got 1 Incinerator, 2 Pile Drivers.
The Incinerator is pretty big because it can. Maybe it'll just kill the Snapcaster.
Yeah, yeah. Looks like we've got.
Let's get Terminate.
Terminate.
Interesting. That's not lethal. He's on 1.
Yeah, that puts him to 1.
Steven can just kill him right now. He's got to just kill him.
Looks that
he's got
way.
Edict. Well, he's got Edict and he's got Edict.
No,
and
there's
card.
4 damage on board, so he needs 1 more hasty damage.
2 Goblin War Mashers and Incinerator.
The other card's a Prospector.
I'm more confused. Edict, okay.
Edict, okay. So Edict's gonna hit a Ringleader, unless Kevin.
Doesn't have anything about it.
Yeah. All right, so up to 5, hoping for a Siege Gang.
I don't like Edict versus Goblins. I'm curious to see that card.
Drew Pyroblast.
That's not.
Pyroblast doesn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. Yeah.
So this game ended up being a lot closer than I expected.
Oh, is that Siege Gang Commander?
He does have Siege Gang. Wow.
That's not game though because he can't.
He doesn't have double red. If he had double red.
Oh wow.
Thanks for the follow, Sinks Play.
That's unbelievable.
Sinks Plays
the idea that he almost squeaked that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Kevin's looking at his hand.
He's 1 red off.
He's 1 red. He's literally short. Wow, unbelievable.
Yeah.
From where Steven was at in this game, the idea that Kevin almost climbed back.
What a grind back. Yeah.
You have to realize that if any of those goblins are.
Yeah.
Skirt Prospector would have won in the game.
I thought he had it. Oh man.
I don't think he did.
All right, so Steven
3.
takes that game. On to game 3.
Wow. Yeah, because if he had Skirt Prospector,
it would have been game. Yeah, for sure. Easily.
Wow, I'm pretty
wild.
Yeah.
All right, let's check in on our other match while these guys sideboard, and we'll hop right back over when they're ready.
I think Steven leaves back the Snapcaster Mage and just attacks with the true name, because 3 is the same as 1.
You think what?
Steven leaves back 1 Snapcaster Mage because 3 is the same as 1 because you have a True Name.
Yeah, I think that was
Then
the play, but he didn't.
No, he attacked with
Yeah,
one of the Snapcasters.
He attacked.
You leave with all Snapcasters back.
Yeah, he should have.
So you should just attack with True Name, put Kevin to 3, and that way, even if on Kevin's play, you still can't kill him.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can watch Lands of Miracles.
So it looks like Stage Depth's already in play for Paul, and no white mana currently on Josh's side of the board.
You may be holding it. He's gonna bring it out soon. He's got a Flooded Strand.
He does have Flooded Strand and Brainstorm.
Paul aggressively just doing it.
Just gonna go for it. Paul likely has Loam and doesn't really care if these get swords. Brainstorm coming down.
It's a surgical from
Josh. Josh has surgical. That's strong.
Yeah. So now the swords in the Merit Lage pretty much just you surgical the Thespian stage. Or do you surgical Dark Depths? I don't know. Surgical Thespian stage, right?
Probably Thespian stage. Dark Depths on its own won't do anything.
I guess there's that weird off chance where you just thought out.
The other thing he could do is he could wait for Paul to cast Loam, counter the Loam, and then surgical Loam.
Yeah, I think that's true.
There's lots of ways to go about this.
What's he got? He's got 3 mana spell?
Could be a tracker. No, it's choke. Okay. Choke not at its best here, but still keeping one island tapped.
For sure. This Kanta gets the flip. Interesting. Not an island.
Yeah. That's cute. He's able to have a blue source that doesn't get tapped.
What do we got here? 3 mana. Oh, Mentor.
Mentor. Okay.
Just gonna try to go wide hard.
Josh trying to get on the offensive before Paul's able to rebuild.
I don't think Paul... Seems like Paul's just kind of taking his time. He's got a Mox Diamond, another Exploration.
Looks like Paul's hand really doesn't do much.
Not another Exploration. He's got Exploration.
Ghost Quarter.
Ghost Quarter, which I don't think you really want
kills
to...
as Kanta.
It's true.
Like Paul's happy to wait, but
yeah.
In the meantime, these guys already started, so
oh wow,
let's flip back over.
Oh wow, we got
a couple turns down, but we've got a War Marshal in play facing off against a True Name.
Interesting. He kept all the forces.
Steven, Force of Will's in hand.
3 of them. He said
Kevin with a Cavern though, so
not sure why. If you're not running, I don't like that.
Yeah, I'd agree. So we're gonna see Pile Driver as the follow-up play here, and that's the card that I think is pretty strong in this matchup. Like,
yeah, I mean it dies to Fatal Push and Lightning Bolt, and Shogun's Command.
Yeah, but
it gets through the True Name.
As Kevin's board sits, it gets through the board. It's something that has to be answered.
What a hand from Steven. He literally drew 3 Force of Wills, just a card you don't want to see in this matchup, and he boarded him, kept him in. Oh, I almost feel like he boarded him back in.
Yeah.
He's going to do a lot of cantripping here, and I don't see a fetch. That's a fetch. That blue delta. No, it's a ponder. So we're probably going to see
Ponder.
Force of Wills just go. Force of Wills just got to go away.
Yeah.
Cavern of Souls. I mean, you want to cast Ponder here just to shuffle the 2 Force of Wills away.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a no-brainer.
Definitely awkward.
You don't even have to. You don't even really have to look at the 3rd card. You really don't, because you can't. Even that there's no that 3rd card just not wasting.
There's nothing that you would want there really, like even fetch land or something like that.
No, absolutely not. It's 100% shuffle. What Ponder basically said: shuffle your deck, draw a card.
Yeah.
Draws basic island. Fatal Push.
Tags in. So it looks like Incinerator was able to deal with Jace Vryn's Prodigy earlier.
Yeah, I mean,
again, kind of the thing we were talking about before, where it has to
live,
has to.
War Chief looks good here because
Yeah.
with Tree Name turned sideways, I think we're going to see War Chief. He's got so much mana.
He's got Matron too, which
Yeah.
he should probably hold on to. Wouldn't fault him for matroning up a ringleader though.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't mind him.
Matron plus
Hey,
port or
yeah.
War Chief plus port. Like
War Chief's got to come down no matter what.
so, down comes War Chief. Looks like he's trying to do both this turn.
Heck,
He wants the
I
Matron
kind
to
of
be
like
uncounterable.
I like the idea of War Chiefing and getting maybe a pile driver even.
So
Ringleader's probably the
Matron.
right play though.
I think I like Ringleader. Kevin's pretty low on cards in hand, and he just wants to keep things going.
No,
but
he's on
just
my
going to
line.
go for the pile driver. So
He's
on
saying,
your line.
he's going to say, I'm going to show you 3, 4, 5 damage this turn. I'm going to show you 14. I'm going to put you to 14, and next turn I'm going to attack you, and you can't attack with True Name, and you're going to have to find an answer.
Yeah.
I mean, Steven's got all the cantrips in the world, so, there's Island. He's unfortunate with all these land draws, but one Brainstorm finding one fetch is going to make this hand infinitely better.
sure,
So,
he's got Brainstorm. So
yeah. I don't
playing
like
your
that.
land first
Yeah,
is
I
not
would
ideal.
save it for the fetch. I mean, there's the fetch, but he can't.
Yeah.
He drew. I mean, talking about bad luck, he drew 3
Yeah,
lands and 2
for
of them were
sure.
fetches. It's almost like the deck just told him, "Hey, you remember." Yeah, that play may seal the fate of this game.
Well, imagine if those Force of Wills were business spells.
Well, yeah, I mean,
know.
yeah. There's a lot of things, and goblins, like I said, he's thinking maybe on the draw you need to force it with Aether Vial. It's a respectable line, and it just shows you how his draw got so much worse because of the way certain things were. Cavern on the pile driver,
D-Sinks, thanks for the follow.
and let's start. We got something else we're gonna play too. What is that in his hand?
That's Ringleader, or that one. That's
Trash Master? Wow.
Yeah.
So that's
pump
just
everything,
attack with everything.
attack with everything, and pile drivers definitely
Win
lethal
games,
if
though?
there's not.
Ah.
2, 4, 7.
Well, pile
8,
driver
9.
alone's doing 12 damage, right? Okay, sure.
Sure.
I don't see Edict's another card in this matchup where it just seems horrendous.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with War Marshal.
So pile driver, I'm assuming he did it at the beginning of combat.
Yeah.
So pile driver's still doing 10 damage. This game's over, right? Doesn't matter how he blocks his True Name. The leak damage from the Trash Master giving everyone +1/+1 wins the game.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. 2, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Wow.
Wow. That's goblins.
Yeah,
Goblins.
I mean, I think getting the pile driver, I think just seeing that window, I think,
These guys are
he
done.
actually had a ringleader in his hand.
These guys are done. So it looks like. You think Paul took that game?
I don't know. It's over.
I think Josh probably took
Yeah,
that
we
game.
don't even need to say anything. We don't even.
We'll
list
figure it out later. But that's the end of round 2.
That's good timing too. Should
Yeah.
be wrapped up pretty much.
Yeah, should be pretty close to starting new round.
I'm trying to think. Maybe I can look at the standings and we can kind of see if we want to
If they
manipulate.
can get us updates. Let's
Yeah, you can
see.
probably put Bryce back on camera. Go see how Bryce is doing.
Bryce.
We could. Let's see how he's doing. Let me see if I can go figure out
Okay.
if Bryce is still playing.
See who's doing what, and we'll figure it out.
Sounds good to me.
Well, thank you guys for sticking with us here, and it's awesome, especially those of you who have newly followed us. If you guys want to see Legacy action, we're the place for that. We do live streams of our Legacy tournaments at least twice a week. We've got one extra tournament this week. Tomorrow, it's going to be a big Legacy tournament. So hopefully you guys will tune in for that as well. Registration, I believe, starts at around 10 a.m. and the tournament will hopefully start around 11. There are a lot of people here today. It's quite loud. Nope. Whoops. So we're just kind of looking to see what matchups we can get for you guys on camera next round, and hopefully we'll find something sweet for you. We're also going to check up on Bryce's record, see how he's doing with that Academy Rector, Arena Rector Eureka deck. We might also have some updates on other people. Kyra's playing today. He's on 4-color loam. We'll figure it out. How's everyone doing tonight? Rector hype? Yeah, Mac, tonight, I don't know if you saw first match, but we saw Rector doing some work.
It's okay. Well, you look really good doing it. I just look like a jerk. Even the chat thought you were good. Bryce lost to something.
Bryce lost. All right.
Kyra's gonna be on stream. Is Romario still there? Hey, Kyra's gonna be on stream. We can critique Kyra's play.
So we're gonna have some 4-color loam on stream.
Yeah, Rector. We need Rector to help us out. He needs to win. Miracles.
Oh, it's gonna be Miracles versus 4-color loam.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. We can do that.
Kevin. So Goblins.
So
Goblins
versus
Brian. So Brian's on food chain?
Usually. Alright, let's see what we got.
Yeah, so Miracles versus... Okay, so our options are Miracles versus Loam, which is a really grindy matchup. And then we have food chain versus Goblins. Which I sure think Goblins is probably favored. Do we have any preferences if we want to see Goblins or we want to see food chain?
You know, I think
the Goblins are food chain. Goblins are aggro. I'll let you guys pick. You guys want Goblins?
You guys let us know.
60 of you. We've got Goblin. Okay, let's watch one person. We'll let one person decide.
Miracles versus Loam. Okay.
Let's start there anyways.
Right.
This is a rematch from last Tuesday. I'm pretty sure Josh won. So it'll be kind of interesting.
All right, let's see
if Kyra remembers something.
Over.
Because Josh told Kyra that he boards out not the Loams. He boards out the Terminuses against him, games 2 and 3. And it'll be interesting to see if Kyra remembers that and if he makes adjustments and if Josh stays true to that. So.
All right.
Okay, there he is.
Let's do that.
Should we straighten that table out? I'm gonna die. I gotta straighten that table out.
Good luck.
Hey, can we straighten? Did it fix it? Yes!
Alright.
I made him crooked his mat instead of straightening out the table. Yeah, it looks perfect. This is the life this is the world we're gonna live in. My world. Welcome to it.
Alright.
That's great. It looks perfect, doesn't it? Oh, it's still crooked.
It's still
It
crooked.
looks terrible. Oh, never mind.
We're on round 3.
I don't know, maybe.
Alright.
My sideboard plan against Agrolum is I'm probably not going to play it. I'll deal with it when I get there. So that's... Okay, here we go. So the funny part is he's got a Mox Diamond hand, and I don't know what is in the rest of his hand, but he literally complains he never gets Mox Diamond.
It's very true.
And if he mulligans this away, it's going to be... Oh, he's
Mox
got
Diamond, Liliana.
Ooh, Liliana's good in this matchup. Because,
Wasteland.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we're looking at turn 2 Liliana.
Oh, did he have 2
be
marks?
pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good. He's going to be a little. He needs a loam. I mean, his hand becomes insane if he gets
Oh,
a
yeah,
loam.
for sure.
Because then he's just going to. A turn 2 Liliana is going to grind out Josh to an extent.
All right, it would have been wonderful to see a loam this turn, but yeah.
I think you keep this because that's the plan you're on.
Liliana is really great.
And Josh has to force. I mean, Josh has to think about forcing this, and maybe he doesn't.
It's kind of force or bust.
There's an Entreat Jace and a. Looks like, was that a Flusterstorm? That wasn't a Flusterstorm.
No. Entreat Jace and
Blue card that counted something, I felt like.
Spell Pierce, maybe? So, here comes the Mox Diamond. Pitch Wasteland, play Forest, play Liliana.
He's got 2
Two Liliana.
I like the
Ooh,
idea.
I like that.
This is good for him too. With
Yeah.
So we're gonna get him the Torok, which is it was a Flusterstorm.
Oh, okay.
It makes sense.
Fluster.
Fluster's good right now. One main board in a blue-white deck, it makes a lot of sense, especially if you're not splashing.
Yeah, for sure.
I think so.
Yeah, the glare is going to be a little bit awkward. Sorry about that, guys. There's not much we can do. We've tried a lot of things to get
But I
rid
will
of it.
tell you everything that's in their graveyard. You just have to ask me. Force of Will's in the graveyard. Arid Mace is in the graveyard. And Ponder's in the graveyard. We'll just try to remember. So, some guy named Lomer
Lomer Boy.
He says that. So, Search is pretty good.
Chylith, thanks for the follow.
Oh, wow.
Kanta,
Josh having to
okay.
play. Josh having to play. Wow, this hand became really good for Kyre.
Yeah.
Having to play off of a Volk and Kyre being able to waste him, and now the +1ing happens.
Yeah, this is lining up really well for Kyre.
That looks like Jace the Mind Sculptor got discarded for Josh. So Josh understanding that there's a chance that it's going to be hard to,
Is Kanta going to flip?
As Kanta flipping against Kyre obviously has answers to it. This is telling you that Josh needs lands. And if you look at this important, we're going to see a shuffle.
Yeah, nothing.
So Josh needs lands, 100%. So, and this is like the Loam cult. All you guys are here. We got
the loam.
Yeah, the Loam kids watching Kyre. So I don't know. Yeah, I think this is. I think in this matchup, I think you're okay with this. So we see again. That's got to be a shuffle.
Yeah. I can't imagine there's much
intriguing,
Josh wants
yeah.
from that.
There's a Brainstorm and a Tundra, but and we see the shuffle again.
Shuffle again.
Again, this is so. The difference is Kyre does need to find some sort of way to end the game.
For sure. But Liliana
Jace.
is doing a good job of keeping Josh's resources under control.
Is that a Green Sun Zenith? Ooh, Green Sun Zenith for Gaddock Teague is really good. And that's what
he
we're
did
seeing.
it for 3, so I think that's going to be for a Knight of the Reliquary.
Oh, really?
But you see, he had Teague there.
I with the Tundra showing, I like it. Am I crazy? You guys tell me this. Am I crazy for getting Gaddock Teague in this scenario? Or do I just get Gaddock Teague? Or do I just get Knight like every time? I'm not an aggro loan player. Keep in mind I'm like a Stoneblade Rug Delver player. Well, I guess your Teague gets swords anyways.
Yeah, like Teague's going to get swords.
Never mind. Don't answer my question.
Knight faces the same problem though. Like Knight can easily just be swords. I think Kyre's thought is I just need to keep attacking the mana.
Well, he's going to be able to plus. The good thing with Josh is he's going to be able to bounce the Knight because he's hellbent now. Because he's going to resolve Jace next turn.
No, he's not. Because is this Kyre's end of turn, or is this?
Yeah, Kyre's end of turn.
Okay, yeah, you're right. He'll be able to bounce it, but.
Really?
Post board, you take out Knights. Interesting.
So there's the swords.
So, yep, get swords.
That was my only thing is because I feel like we were all in on the... I guess there's nothing else you really green send for, though.
Oh, it's either that or Teague, or you could get, like, a Dryad Arbor, but that doesn't seem worth it.
Is that a Robert? It's a Robert. Cool. Predict. Oh, wow.
Darkest of confidants.
man.
Predict coming through. I wonder if Josh will name Island. Looks like he did.
You got Counterbalance and Fetch.
Counterbalance is an interesting one. not as strong in this matchup as it would be in some other matchups.
So Mountain
but still pretty strong.
counterbalance. He's got the Iskanta alive though. It'll be interesting to see if he plays a counterbalance or he. Oh no! So
Jace.
he's gonna go. He's gonna go get something. So he's gonna save. It'll be interesting to see what he gets here, because he's
Engineered
getting
explosives. Okay. 3 colors is able to deal with that Liliana. Liliana might just ult this turn though.
You think so? There's Punishing Fire, and he's got Grove and Punishing Fire. For that's worse.
Well, if he doesn't, then it gets taken care of by the EE, right?
Yeah, I guess you ult. I mean, I guess you ult, but he doesn't know the. Oh, he does know about the E. No, he's gonna discard.
How many cards? 1, 2 cards. Okay, so he's got EE. He might just be fine with the trade.
There's Forcible from Josh. So he's gonna give. Is he gonna get
like Dark Confidant is definitely fine here. EE for 3, crack kill. I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking ult was what I would have done as well, but I think this is fine. He's got Punishing Fires online. He's got Bob in play.
He's got Bob. He's probably thinking, I'm going to get myself back in this Bob. We're both hellbent. If I draw a Wasteland, then I hit the Iskanta.
Josh has to answer the board, and Kyre's just drawing 2 cards a turn.
Drawing a Loam. He got Loam. Now Loam's going to show us the Wasteland that's going to hit.
Yep.
I mean, I kind of like his, I don't know, like forcing him to pick. There's even something to be said about, like, maybe he gets, I don't know. But okay. So, I mean, he's now assembled the Loam package, which is good.
Yep, yeah. Able to deal with Iskanta and that Tundra on future turn.
Yeah, and now he's got Barrenmore, and it looks like he's just going to already do this.
Yep.
Josh
down to 12.
Drawing Ponder. So Forcible's kind of dead.
Yeah.
He's going to see Scalding Tarn, Brainstorm, and Jace.
Yeah. Gonna keep those.
So it looks like he's going to try to set up the Jace play. So is he going to dredge, or is he going to? He's going to dredge.
Yeah, dredging off the Barrenmore.
Yeah. Oh, Volgrass time. And another Knight. So definitely going to see the Wasteland hit the Tundra this turn.
Second Knight in hand.
We definitely are going to see the Wasteland hit the Tundra, right?
Oh yeah, I think that's probably going to happen.
Because you want to just Loam just to get in the graveyard and get back your Wasteland or Barren.
Yeah.
And then the Wasteland's going to nuke the Tundra.
Yep. And Josh has seen enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the only line that we kind of talk about is that EE line. I kind of like it because you discard him, you make him forced to use the EE. You got a lot of value out of your Liliana, and then you're left with a Bob, and you're both hellbent. And at that point, you're just like, I just need to find the Loam so I can Wasteland the Iskanta, and then I have a Bob that he's hellbent and has to answer. And if I draw a Knight or a Green Sun Zenith, I'm just gonna win the game.
Sure.
So I think I'm okay with it. Let's see. We can look at Gobos and Food Chain. Not really sure what's going on. There's not a lot of Gobos out.
There are not many Gobos out. There's a Scavenging Ooze out.
He's eating Gobos.
There's a Trash Master in play.
There's a Baleful Strix.
Skirk Prospector in hand.
And a Lackey?
Is it?
Yeah, it's that weird Lackey art.
Oh, yeah. Does he have mismatching Lackey art?
Maybe.
That's great. I'm going to keep this so we know.
Brian's got a very kind of like awkward Food Chain hand. Seems very like...
Yeah, very, very slow. But it looks like...
He's stabilized.
He's very stable here.
Baleful Strix is going to help more.
Strix is a really decent card. Trash Master is going to make any Goblin be able to trade with that, but...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just know that Chem just doesn't have any gas.
Yeah.
And that's
really looking for like a ringleader or something like that to get back in.
Now, looking at Brian's graveyard, I see Brainstorm, Polluted Delta, Force of Will, Brainstorm. I mean, it doesn't look like he's really gotten any part of the combo yet.
Yeah, I don't think there's any creatures there. Brian's Exile is only one Force of Will, it looks like, so no Manipulate Fates or anything like that going on.
What's the card that he's got on the board? Is that Trash Master? That's Trash
That's
Master.
Trash Master, yeah. Trash Master and Skirk Prospector.
And so Ooze has got 3 counters on it, so it looks like it's probably eaten 3 goblins. Looks like one of them was a War Chief.
Yep. Looks to be.
So he's exiling his own Scavenge. So Walking Ballista probably killed something.
Yep.
I mean,
Walking Ballista is probably really good in this matchup.
Scavenging is a 6/6. It's like nothing to. It's like something to write home about.
So Kevin should probably. I would think about blocking with the Prospector and then sacking it to Trash Master and killing the Baleful Strix, but it's just buying you time. Like, it does add 2 creatures, and ooh, so there's a Walking Ballista for 2. Yeah, this board's getting pretty out of control for Kevin.
Yeah, I think Brian's in definitely a better position. This being said, killing the Walking Ballista is not terrible.
Definitely need to kill it before it.
A ringleader, though.
Gets
I
up
mean,
to
a
3.
good ringleader turns this game around.
For sure.
That's a mountain, not a ringleader. Not a mountain.
Mountains are not ringleaders.
They are not. And hoping our Loam Miracle matchup will right back up so the Loam Cult can be satisfied.
Yeah, they're just shuffling up right now.
Should I tell Kyre that all the Loam players in the world are watching?
Sure.
I gotta tell him.
No pressure.
Hey, Kyra, I just want you to know that like pretty much all the aggro players you got Mario, you got El Jefe, you got True Nightmare, you got Lomo Boy, he's new. They're all watching.
So Brian untaps, swings in,
They said this is a great
Lackey blocks, sacks, kills Bird.
They said if they had to choose between
Food chain is more fun.
winning the lottery or playing miracles, no question.
They're all watching and judging, is what True Nightmare says.
I told him the matchup's so good. If you guys had to choose between winning the lottery or playing Miracles, no question. Playing Miracles, just so much better.
FC Goblins.
Come on, Goblins, let's do something.
So, looks like these guys are just.
I also
already.
told Kevin that I reprimanded him and did not want to watch him play, and he almost won that game.
All right. So these guys are getting their opening hands drawn.
So Miracles versus Loam. Table's crooked. We don't care. It was Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging was like a 7/7 when we turned away from it.
Yep.
It looked like that game from Kevin's draw and Brian. They both had really awkward draws. I don't think either of them was doing what they wanted to do, but Brian was definitely ahead. And with the 7/7 Ooze and with I think eventually he's going to take that game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A ringleader can really turn it around, but then again, a Manipulate Fate for Brian can turn it around too.
For sure.
So
and Brian's deck's just better suited in the matchup game one. You've got a lot of answers to creatures. You've got 4 Walking Ballista?
Yeah.
Like
so let's look at this hand from Kyre. There's a Bob in it. Doesn't have a Mox Diamond. I mean, I think getting that Liliana 2 was a big factor last game.
Definitely.
I mean,
Green Sun Zenith.
He's got a good hand. He's got Green Sun. He's got Bob. So he's got a nice curve. He's got Wasteland. You know.
Does he have a Chalice?
He's also got a Dried Arbor. You know, I would never play a deck that runs Dried Arbor just because I would draw it every single time. Even if I ran Green Sun Zenith, I wouldn't play Dried Arbor. Just can't do it. Josh has the Volcanic Island, but I don't know. Josh probably is not bringing in some sort of land disruption, so I think just fetching whatever is fine.
It looks like Josh has, So Chalice on 1 here. Looks like Josh has an answer, though, in the form of Engineered Explosives in hand, it looked like. So,
yeah, but the one thing about Engineered Explosives, it's going to take him a turn to do it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where...
It is something that he can sit and play. He's not terribly under a lot of pressure at the moment.
He's got the swords, so he's going to have to kill it for the Bob.
Like, he can do that and then pass, and then if Kyre plays Bob, he can activate and swords.
It should be interesting to see if we see that from Kyre. He's got something else in his hand. That sign card. What is it? Do you know? It's like
fetch land. No. Could be a fetch.
Is reading? No, it does not kill Dried Arbor. That'd be insane.
Yeah.
Kill all 0 permanents. Kill all your lands.
Does play Dark Confidant.
I think that's fine. Forcing him to do it is
sure.
definitely in line.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. I think you're okay with that. I think it's one of those things where you do have to play into it a little bit. You can't play around.
1-for-1s are going to happen.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
What is that? What is that?
That's going to destroy... What is that card?
What is that
destroy
card?
all non-basics, maybe?
You want me to go find out?
That was like a plane hitting the...
Ruination. Ruination. Saltcaster Mage, you got it. MC...
Ruination.
McMaster J, you got it.
Ruination. It's Ruination.
Ruination. Let's pull up Ruination for everyone.
Is it Vindicate? That's Vindicate, by the way.
Vindicate?
So Vindicate can actually deal with that Jace.
Destroy all non-basics, yeah.
It'll be interesting because Josh is going to keep +2ing him, and it's going to be interesting to see if he gives him the land or not.
It is.
It's from Stronghold. Destroy all non-basic lands. Interesting.
That's interesting. So we know Josh always mixes up his deck,
yeah.
And a lot of times he's messed around with just blue-white, but it's kind of interesting to see when he switches over to these red builds, and today looks like a good day to do it. He's faced against lands and 4-color low.
So here's the here comes the Vindicate. Council's Judgment, Monastery Mentor, because Josh keeps his mentors in or goes heavy in the mentor plan, is what's left. So the Vindicate, the good thing about Kyre's deck, he's got a lot of 3 stuff, so it can subvert the counterbalance pretty well. So the Vindicate's got to find the... Oh, interesting. Okay. I think Kyre's basically saying, I need to protect this Vindicate. I really believe that.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see Hardcast Forceful. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good play from Kyre. As much as the Liliana could win the game, I think the Vindicate's going to make sure you don't lose the game. And this Jace is getting pretty high.
It is. 11 already. Surgical in hand for Josh.
There's the Vindicate. Moment of truth. He's going to trigger it.
Trigger.
That's pretty much the game. Oh, wow.
Okay. 3 on the top. Okay, so 1-1, not quite.
That's got to be a scoop. I mean,
Kyre's going to fight another turn.
I almost want to Council's Judgment the Mox Diamond just to do it. But probably don't because he doesn't have double white. Wow.
Keeps on top. This is going to be 1-1 here. Yep.
1-1. I mean, Ruination was a big play.
Yeah.
Kyre recovered pretty well. Forcing the Liliana was good, and then Josh blind flipping. And we talked about it. Council's Judgment and Mentor, you're only outs to that. And he had the Council's Judgment, so...
All right, so while they're shuffling, let's hop back over here.
So
we get to see the
start
of their game is not round 2. It is round 3.
Oh, Kyre's? Yeah, he's got a cool playmat. We don't know what happened.
I think it's probably...
Yeah, we'll just say that.
Brian was very far
Another
ahead.
kind of slow start from Kevin. No Aether Vial, no 1-drop. Looks like he's got a Siege Gang Commander, 2 Ringleaders. I mean, gosh, saying pass to this is going to be hard, but it looks like he's going to say pass.
Yeah.
I mean...
Slower hand. Looks like 2 Ringleaders.
Yeah. And there's a Gem Palm.
Maybe 3 Ringleaders. I think Kevin's looking at this hand saying, I ran out of gas last round. I really don't want to have that happen.
And you may not mulligan that hand away if you've got the lands for it. And what we're looking at from Brian's hand is Brian's got a Baleful Strix and a Food Chain, which is going to get him, close to his combo. And Baleful Strix is just a good card with Goblins.
It really is.
So it's not amazing because they can overwhelm the Baleful Strix, but if you're a deck that has an endpoint, like Food Chain, Baleful Strix is going to give you enough time to get to your endpoint.
Yeah.
In a deck like, I like his Matt too. when it comes to like Stoneblade, Baleful Strix kind of like in the end, like I'm not gonna like kill you quickly, so you can kind of overwhelm like a deck like that.
For sure.
But where Brian is trying to find basically 2 cards, it's gonna be one of those things where this Baleful Strix may just be able to last long enough. So Cavern.
All right, so
We're gonna go.
this
Let's go
guy
back.
started really quick, so
that's good.
we
Okay.
want to keep this going.
Oh, did we jinx Kyre? So he's just going to try to connect real quickly with a Liliana, but he drew Chalice, so...
I think Chalice, yep. Chalice on 1.
So we
see
can
what
bait the
happens.
counterspell, yeah.
Really hard to play into double open
Yeah.
Flight Strand. Looks like 3rd Flight Strand hitting the battlefield.
And cycle Baron more in a turn.
Man, Ruination's just going to feel horrible if that comes.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
There's
but...
not much you can do about it,
Yeah.
though. You just have to kind of play through and hope that you can land something before that happens and force him off of it.
Mhm.
Like, how many do you think Josh runs? 1?
Probably 1.
So I don't think you can reasonably expect them to have it on time.
Oh, he just did cast it.
Obviously he does, but
Yeah, I mean...
I think you just kind of have to. That's the world you live in. Like, kind of surprised not to see a cycle there, but he might need the land.
You know, yeah, I don't know. I think so. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Well, it is a
Jace, yeah.
Jace.
So that's going to be rough. 2 games in a row, Ruination coming in. And
If Kyre has a Mox Diamond hand, it just seems... I don't know.
is Ruination really better than From the Ashes? We've seen Josh run through the From the Ashes as well. And I think that it's a little bit better in the meta that we have right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Kyre's at the point where...
yeah, you just have to,
But like I
play a
think
couple
if you
lands
see
and-
if Kyra has his basic forest and his Mox Diamonds, this game just looks so different though, you know?
I agree, yeah. Yeah, just kind of a really rough spot to be in. Kyre does draw Forest. We know that there's Abrupt Decay in Kyre's hand, but Abrupt Decay not going to do it against Jace. Is it Vindicate or Bust pretty much at this point?
Yeah,
And hope that Josh doesn't have a counterspell, which we know he does. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think this game's pretty close to over. We'll see. Here comes Punishing Fire. That is another way that I suppose Kyre can live, but
I was just gonna counterspell.
yeah.
It gives him a Punishing Fire, ironically.
So he has to do that to not die immediately.
Yeah, I know he did. We were. And the best part is we predicted the aggro was going in.
We did, yeah.
No, Volgrass Stronghold.
It
That's
was
gonna
a
be it.
very strong game 1, but games 2 and 3 a little bit rough. Kyre drops that match 2-1. Man,
Yeah, that was rough.
that was rough.
Yeah, he does. His deck is all different.
Yep, Kyre likes having different versions. All right, so here we've got War Chief and a Sharpshooter. And down comes Liliana, Last Hope.
Maybe. We should get Kyra to come in so we can talk with the lone people.
Yeah,
He's got the
we
lone.
do that.
The lone people, yeah.
You requested
So we're going to bring in Kyre to talk to you folk. Just talk about Loam real quick.
It's all let me close the door. I can close the door. Literally, all.
So it looks like still 3 ringleaders in hand, Vile and where he got that sweet playmat. Romario, they do that. Excuse me, not Romario. Jorgensen. They do that all the time in sports. Haven't you seen that? They do like the losers interview. All right, Vile comes down. What's up, Kyre? So, Chillith wants to know where you got your sweet playmat from.
I got it from Inked Gaming.
Inked.
It's an LGBT special mat that I'm a big fan of. So, you know,
Awesome.
I'm a big supporter of the LGBT community.
For
so
sure.
I
Yeah.
wanted to grab that, and I think it's really pretty.
It's a really cool mat.
Yeah.
It really is. And, you know, we were watching your match, and game one went really well, right?
Yeah, it actually
And-
went like perfectly.
Like, that's the ideal start,
That is
right?
exactly what I wanted to happen.
Yeah.
Like it was
You even
just
had
what I
the
needed.
second Liliana for
Yeah, Inked
after
playmats.
the fourth.
Mhm.
And then games 2 and 3, kind of walk us through like what happened other than like the Ruination.
Okay,
kinda
so
getting you.
the big thing is like I don't think that Ruination is necessarily a card that's going to beat me every time.
Yeah.
However, when you Ruination and you follow up with a Jace,
Mhm.
I'm not entirely sure how you want me to beat that.
Yeah.
Like that's incredibly difficult for me. If you noticed, I had the Vindicate in hand in game 2,
Mhm.
and I was holding it. I even baited out the Force with the Liliana, and he took it.
for
He
sure.
took the bait.
Yep.
You know, and then I went for the Vindicate, and he goes blind flip.
Yep.
There's my Council's Judgment. Like what are you gonna do? You know, like
for
if
sure.
he doesn't blind flip that, I win that round. So I can't really be all that disappointed. I felt like I played my best, and I did what I could. So
For sure.
it was a good match.
Yeah.
Game 3, I kept kind of a do nothing hand, but it's not one I could get rid of. I just can't. I can't get rid of a hand like that.
Yeah,
It was good enough.
Terry remarked, you know, the game just looks so different if you have one or two Moxes that game instead, like Mox Diamonds.
Interestingly enough, I boarded out a couple.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's correct. I'm not exactly experienced with this deck to a high degree. I've definitely been playing for a little bit, and I definitely like what's going on with it. And it's probably my favorite deck in the format. But I didn't actually like the diamonds versus him.
Yeah.
It's a
enough.
zero mana. It's a 0 mana thing that's gonna like come in. It's not gonna bait out any removal. Okay, like he's never gonna counter a Mox Diamond
For sure.
and it doesn't do anything. You know, like I can play turn by turn with him. I think that's a better plan. And even though I did keep in a couple Mox, like I boarded out too. So
Yeah. You know, we're also talking about, like, in between rounds, we're talking a little bit about the deck and how it's very difficult to play. Like, it's very difficult to find the right lines if you haven't put in the reps with the deck, and it's
Definitely.
kind of hard to figure out what those lines would be.
I remember the first time I played it, and like it felt so strange. Everything I did felt just weird. You know, it's not that it wasn't doing anything, but even last week, like when I was playing it, I know like in retrospect, I really should have brought them back in after seeing the game 2 Ruination.
Yeah.
Like obviously, I don't know why I did.
Ruination was
Honestly, I just wasn't thinking about it. There's no way he boarded in more than one, so I was just like, you know what? If I get Ruinationed again, then like whatever.
Yeah.
Like I've got 27 lands in my deck. Things are gonna be fine. You know, he's gonna blow up a couple lands, and I'm gonna rebound. And that's you saw that happen game 1, but I also had one of my Moxes that I didn't burn out.
Sure.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Awkward. Yeah.
Yeah. But the deck is strange. Like.
And the only other thing I wanted to ask about, the turn that you could have ulted Liliana.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay, so first off, I want the Bob, right? Like keeping the Liliana's fine. Yeah, I like split up his lands, but like he doesn't need all of them.
Okay.
And he's just gonna keep. I don't know, and I don't even know how I would split it. Maybe I'd just do like Azcanta split and like put the rest of them on the side.
Okay.
what would you do?
like,
you know, like I don't really
probably
think there's
do like
any
a
like
3-2 or
I don't really
something,
think
but-
there's any great split that's like, hey, I'm gonna beat you.
No.
Whereas like I'm gonna make him discard the card that's not EE. Okay. Because I go up to 7, he's gonna play the EE and he's gonna blow up my Liliana. This lets me keep Bob.
Sure.
And in my personal opinion, my Bob was way more powerful in that stage of the game where
Sure,
he's out of cards because I plussed.
I think it's very close. Like, I think it's, you know, you're keeping him either off of 1 card in hand or off of 1 land, maybe 2 land.
Yeah.
But
I felt really good about the decision.
Yeah.
I definitely considered both. So, you know, obviously, I think the biggest reason that I didn't blow the Lily is because I didn't know the best way to split.
sure.
And I'm on the top of my deck. If I blow up the Lily, then there's a pretty good chance the EE comes down and cleans up the Bob instead.
Mhm.
And next thing you know, I'm just like sitting there top decking, and Lily's not really helping with that. Lily's like going to keep their hand at bay for a little bit, but I don't actually know that I'm going to like turn the corner and win the game, right?
Yeah.
Whereas untapping with Bob is like,
Sure. Yeah.
it's so insane. Like
Yeah.
it's going to find me the things that I need to find.
And Bob
And it
was
did.
definitely good.
And it
good
did
for you.
Like,
yeah,
it did everything it needed to do, and I ended up winning that game.
definitely.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, sorry about the loss, but you know,
I'm
it is
two.
what it
I'm
is.
2-1. I'm feeling just fine.
Yeah.
Like I played really well in my first 2 matches, and I think I played pretty well there. So, not. I mean, I want the wins, but really, I'm just concerned with improving. So, and then the thing I was gonna say about the deck though is there's so many moments where the deck feels like it's doing nothing,
Mhm.
and then next thing you know, you've won the match, and you're just like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like that's actually how I feel while I'm playing this deck. It's like obviously I'm going to do everything I possibly can to like squeeze out all this incremental advantage, and next thing you know, it's just like, oh wait, I don't think my opponent can win from here, and then I just kind of like assemble a little lock piece, and I'm just good.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like really, last week I actually drew against Josh, so he got me this time. But we had like the longest grueling match ever, and
Well,
that
I
was
really
just
enjoyed
tough.
watching the matchup. I thought it was really interesting to see the different lines and figure out what's going on and how to fight through what each other are doing.
I
But-
think he's heavily favored. Like
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but seriously,
it looked that way this match,
Mhm.
but as heavily favored as it was, there are games like that game 1 that you can just
my
kind of control
planeswalkers are the
what's going
key.
through.
My planeswalkers are the key. I need to resolve the planeswalkers, and that's it. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
I bring in one Lily the Last Hope off the board, and I also bring in a Johnny Vengeance.
Sure.
Those cards are incredibly good against him, and like that's what I need to stick.
Man, a Johnny Vengeance, that's a card.
Yeah, a Johnny Vengeance out of the board.
That is a card.
It's a goodie, and you know, even Vindicate just looks so good against him, and yeah, some things get countered.
Yeah,
You know,
for
like,
sure.
what are you gonna do?
I mean, you have to expect some amount of 1-for-1ing to happen in the matchup. That's just the way it's
Absolutely.
going to be.
I just can't believe that Council Stretchman was on top. How many 3-drops are in that deck? There's not very many.
That's true.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say.
You know, Josh with his blind flips. We've seen him blind flip Terminus off the top to counter an opponent's Terminus. We've
Oh,
seen
yeah,
him
we have.
blind flip Council's Judgment to counter a Vindicate. You know.
I had it.
Top of
I freaking
top
had
of the
it.
deck, man.
I baited it out. It was all going perfectly. I was gonna turn the corner and just like vindicate this Jace and just take the game right from him. I was gonna take it. He thought he had it. And next thing you know, counterbalance is like, yeah, that 3-drop.
Yeah. Counterbalance. That's another magic card right there.
It's good at countering 1s and 2s.
is.
Which keep in mind, I have zero
Yeah.
1-drops
Yeah.
in my deck. Counterbalance is not at its best against me.
Very true.
Like, he can still set up 2s and 3s, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't have nearly as many 2s and 3s as he does 1s, and
Especially 3. 3's kind of the weak point in the deck, right? Like,
especially when I have a Chalice on the board too.
Yeah.
Like, he can't even set that sucker up. Like,
Right.
ah! Oh, man.
Oh, well.
Well, Terry had to go and watch my brother play because.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really interested in Stoneblade.
Well, yeah, he lent my brother the deck, and
Yep.
I think Riley's playing it pretty well too. He definitely felt like he made a mistake in round one.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he like had a white source that he could have played in hand, and then his opponent just hemmed him and got his white, and he had a Council's Judgment.
Yeah, we saw that. We couldn't
couldn't
see what the cards were. We knew one was Batter Skull, but we didn't know what the other one was. If it was White Source or.
Oh, he had 2 undergrounds.
Two undergrounds.
2 undergrounds and a Tundra.
In play, yeah.
Yeah, in place, and he just
Yeah.
never found another white source after the second one
We
got
saw
hemmed.
that.
It's unfortunate, like he did what he could. But
Yeah.
15.
15 is the weak point. 12 post. Hashtag 12 post.
Actually, I beat Mud in round 2. That man, like, so round one I play against
Mud's
Roger.
got to be an okay matchup.
It was
right?
great.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great matchup for me.
Yeah.
But round one I played against Roger
Okay.
playing elves.
Roger's on elves, yeah.
Yeah, and so Punishing Fire is good against that deck. If just in case anybody didn't know,
So
just in case.
you heard it
Okay.
here first.
All right.
Punishing Fire is
I
good
have-
against elves.
I have Chalice. I have
Chalice.
Punishing Fire.
Chalice on one, good against
Okay.
elves. Yeah.
I have Abrupt Decays, and then out of the board I have Toxic Deluge, 2 Gulgari Charms. Like that's just
why
good.
do you hate elves so much, Kyre?
That's the whole thing.
Why do you
That's
hate
the whole
elves?
thing. Like we have such a elves heavy meta that I was like, you know what? I need to bring in 2 Gulgari Charms against these dumb elves. That's it. That's the
What
only
did
reason they're
elves
there.
ever do
No,
to you?
They're not there because of that.
Well, guys, thank you for sticking around with us.
sure.
It's a pretty quick round, so we're going to have a little bit of downtime here.
Yeah, that's good.
But in the meantime,
I'll hang out with you till Terry comes back.
yeah. If you guys haven't already, if you follow, you'll get notifications when we go live, and we're doing that a minimum of twice a week. This week it'll be 3 times because we've got an awesome tournament tomorrow, more
Yeah.
Legacy coming your way.
So those who remember Bryce, he hasn't streamed here in a while, but
We saw Bryce on camera earlier today.
okay,
but-
yeah, he's
yeah.
great. Sounds like the worst nightmare. It is not an elves heavy meta. Sorry, that was sarcastic.
Yeah.
that was sarcastic. We have like
There's one
elves
elves player here.
maximum in our room. So
Once in a blue moon. we
yeah,
have
definitely not an
elves
elves
player.
meta.
So
But have we talked about this? I
we
was gonna
have a
ask.
little bit. We've got these awesome monk tokens. We've talked a little bit.
Yeah,
about.
so they're unique. They're unique for the event that's going on tomorrow. So we've got a 1+K, 1+K. What do you even call it? Like it's our Heroes League Legacy event tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be most of the day. So if you want to watch some Legacy tomorrow, we're going to have
I think
that
it's
going.
what, $35 entry.
Yeah, it's high prize payout.
Starts
Definitely.
at 10 a.m. registration, 11 a.m. start.
I'll be here playing Agrolome.
Yep.
You know the deal. So
And for those of you who aren't in our time zone that want to watch, that's Mountain Standard Time. So feel free. You can give us a follow and tune in. And we've got some awesome Legacy coming your way tomorrow too.
for sure. Yeah, and
one more round tonight too.
I'm kind of excited to see like Bryce and Brian streaming it.
Yeah. It'll be good.
Like I mean we haven't seen Bryce stream in a while, and like Brian, I don't know, Bryce and Brian when they're just together, it's just crazy.
It's a good pair.
It's just crazy. So I'm excited
It's
to
a
see
goofy
that.
pair.
Not only that, but I'm excited to play. I haven't played Magic, and so I just don't get to play a lot. So I get to play like once a week maximum, which is
Yeah.
a little less than I'd like to be playing because I don't really get to play Moto either.
For sure.
So
I've been playing a decent amount on Moto recently, just
yeah, you've been doing crazy
figuring
things.
out. So
does Chad know what you're on?
no, I don't think chat knows who I'm on right now. So obviously I'm still messing around with Doomsday a bit, but that's not really to the point where I want it to be. So the deck that I'm kind of working on transitioning to, and I've been playing on Moto, is the Dark Depths Hex Mage Tin Fins hybrid deck.
Yep.
So whatever you want to call that, I've heard people call it a bunch of different
I
names.
think we call it Rihanna Depths here.
Rihanna Depths, that's fine.
Or
And
Depthsimator.
I've been doing all right with that deck. I'm actually, I've got about No, I've got exactly a 60% win percentage on Moto right now through
fantastic.
100 games. And yeah, it's been doing really well in leagues. I've faced up against a lot of good people, and it has game versus most decks. And yeah, it's definitely my style of play. I still get to kill people with lab man. So
You still get to kill people with lab man.
I still have like a wish package, so I get to stack my sideboard full of 1-ups for wish targets, which is right up my alley.
Cool. Well, hey chat, how's it going? I haven't seen a whole lot of messages from you since I sat down. I can't really tell if you're actually listening to what I've had to say about about my deck or what's going on, but make sure to say hi. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah.
So and tell me what you think of me getting Ruinationed out 2 games in a row. I'm sure you're all super happy about it.
Man, I was just in the process of saying too, like, you can't even really play around it. You just have to kind of hope that
I
they
take
don't
it.
like.
I do think that I should have played out of Wasteland instead of the last line that I played in that game. I don't think it would have won me the game, but
Yeah.
I do think I did it incorrectly. So.
Yeah, it's definitely an awkward thing to have happen, but you know, I mean, that's part of playing the deck, right? Should have had Chalice on 4
How much Storm is in our meta? Usually between 1 and 2 decks.
at tops.
Yeah, they're
The weekly tournaments less than the bigger tournaments, but
yeah, the bigger tournaments will have probably 2 people, but I don't think anybody's playing it tonight. You should have Chalice on 4. I don't have, yeah, you know what?
absolutely
Nightmare?
right.
I don't know what I was thinking. Why didn't I do that?
Why not? Why not Chalice on 4 card? Just put on 4. They can't play their Ruination.
Yeah.
Problem solved. They can't play Jace either.
Chilla says that they think they speak for everyone when they say watching a Lance or a lone player getting a Ruination is a warm and happy feeling. I can't say that was the feeling that was going on inside me, but maybe because I'm not used to that warm happy feeling.
Oh.
Maybe I just didn't recognize it.
Yeah. I see. Maybe it's an acquired taste.
No. Stops Ruination. You're right. I don't know what I was thinking. It was just
so next time, just Chalice on 4. You'll be golden.
It was.
Yeah.
I just blanked it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had 8 mana. Oh wait.
If you have 8 mana, they can't Ruination you.
Yeah. I'd say.
Well, I think so even just seeing a loam there would make it a lot easier to deal with a Ruination, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Josh did have Surgical that last game.
He did.
I
figured.
But
so one thing about Surgical, and I actually think Surgical gives him a huge edge against me.
Yeah.
Because really, I'm not going to Wasteland him out of the game. Okay, he plays too many basics. I have 1 Ghost Quarter in my deck, and I have beaten Miracles with my Ghost Quarter before.
Yeah.
I can do it. I can take them off of white and the game ends.
Yeah.
Okay. But I really do think that at that point there's not a lot I can do. Even once they Surgical one of my threats, and the one that comes to mind is definitely Knight of the Reliquary.
Yeah.
If you can Surgical Knight of the Reliquary, my whole deck just falls apart. What am I gonna do? You know, I'm gonna beat you down with Bob. I'm gonna fetch up my Dryad Arbor and start attacking.
Some 2/2 beats going.
I keep in my 1 Scavenging Ooze. I keep in my my Gaddock Teague. I definitely keep that one in. Gaddock Teague would have been great against Ruination, by the way. I should have gone and got that.
What's worse, Ruination or Cataclysm plus Rip?
No,
Probably
Cataclysm plus Rip is
Cataclysm
much
plus
worse.
Rip.
Yeah. Relies entirely on Bob, Teague, Sylvan Library, Walkers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing though, is I need to stick a threat. And my deck is so threat light that it's sometimes really hard to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll attack with Bob. I'll attack with Bob all day. I'll draw
It's a 2/1.
I'll draw with him while I'm at it.
Yeah, we read it, Minifer. I think you were talking about siding out the knights, right? That's what you were talking about? Yeah. Matsuli boards out Knights versus Miracles. Yeah,
I'm supposed to board out Knights versus Miracles?
that's what Minifer said, and Romario said something similar as well
Really?
earlier. So
I had never thought of that. I know that Josh boards out Terminus, so that's like an incentive for me to keep them.
Lomer Boy says yes.
That's crazy. Wow. All right. I'll have to test it out.
True Nightmare agrees as well. So we got something new to try.
Yeah.
Blanks, Terminus, and Swords. I don't think it blanks Swords though, because are you cutting out all of your creatures? Like, you have to keep in Bobs.
I have to.
You have to.
Yeah, definitely keeping Bobs, 100%. And then I have one Ooze, which I like to keep. Gaddock Teague seems really good in the matchup.
Yeah.
And then my only other creature... I mean, I can board in Thalias. I don't really think they're great, but I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can still Swords, Bob, and Teague, but that's the thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously,
Chalice plus Teague
yeah,
kills them.
Chalice plus Teague is great.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah, Walkers and P-Fire.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to take out one of my Golgari Charms and add another Walker to the sideboard. I think I like that. What do you guys think about? Like, I would probably favor like a second Liliana the Hope or Last Hope, or like a Garruk Relentless. I like Garruk Relentless. Maybe another 4-mana Walker is just too ridiculous though.
I think Liliana is probably where you want to be.
Okay. Sometimes double black's annoying to get. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not often.
Yeah.
But...
Garruk and
Johnny. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to change that? Cool. Well, I've got a Garruk that wants to be in there, so cool.
And Garrick's a really cool planeswalker. So.
Oh yeah, I played it in Nick's Fit for a little while. If any of you actually like followed when I was streaming Nick's Fit a lot.
Definitely did double duty in that deck.
I loved. Oh yeah, it was so good in that deck. Not only that, but Garruk was just insane.
Yeah.
Johnny is insane. Yeah.
Okay. Pulled the bolus in draft tonight. Congrats, man. That's sweet.
I can honestly say I have no idea what the backside of that bolus does.
I don't either. So we saw in round 1 we saw Bryce
he's playing
Arena
Eureka,
Rector
right? Yeah.
for Nicol Bolas 2 games in a row.
Beautiful.
One game he had, we think 2 Bolas. We couldn't quite see like the shine on one, but it looked like second Bolas. So
Look at that. See, they're running that same split.
yeah, there you go.
1-1-1. Yeah, I'll add the Relentless. I like that, guys.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, new board strategy.
Yeah. Now here's the real question. What do you guys think of Volrath's Stronghold? Because I've been running it just for fun, and like it's won me many games.
I've had a couple of games that I've played with the deck where I just keep recurring Knights. They keep killing Knights, and I keep recurring Knights, and eventually, like, I don't care.
Yep.
These Knights are huge. Like,
Cast 10-10.
mm-hmm.
Kill it. All right. Yeah,
Cast 10-10.
Cast 10-10.
Yeah.
Kill it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely won me games.
Yeah,
I think the biggest thing that it's done for me, and like I said, like I don't think Volrath Stronghold is like the best land to have in the deck, but I like it.
And you're not running.
I've untapped with Knight a couple times, and then they kill it, and then when they kill it, I just like, in response, activate, go get Volrath Stronghold, and then.
Chilla says,
what are you gonna do?
Chilla says, hear me out. If you add blue, you can run Jace out of the board.
Why hadn't I ever thought of that? Huh. Sounds like the best strategy ever. Yeah, I'm gonna run Oath of Nissa. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yes. Must go deeper.
Yeah, Lomer Boy, it is unnecessary. Yeah. It is. I can't even remember.
Well, you have,
I can't even remember
you
what I
have
put it in.
a Tabernacle, right? So
I do not have a Tabernacle.
It's probably in that slot right now.
No, it's in the main board.
Okay.
The main board. I actually can't remember what I put it in for. It was either a land that I don't have or whatever, but it's just like in there. It's been great. It probably is a win more, but like it's actually won me games where like, what are you gonna do? Top you know, try to find a second knight off the top of your deck for the next 3 turns, like, you're not going to get it.
Splash blue main board for Leovold and Ashiok. Ashiok seems kind of sweet,
There we
to be
go.
honest.
See, I'm not even gonna see. Well, Leovold, I would have to splash blue. Why can't we just put the blue planeswalkers in and just put Othinissa in there? And then I'm playing a completely suboptimal deck. Like, for some reason, everybody will want to see me play because everybody likes watching me lose.
Well, yeah.
No, I know
what
everybody
you're here
likes
for,
watching
right?
Bryce lose. I don't. There's no way that people like to see me lose. Now that I think about it,
I think
It's
they
impossible.
just called time in the round, so things should be wrapping up pretty soon.
So I'm gonna need to like get out of the cozy chair.
Well, you could probably hang out for a minute.
All right, fine. I'll be here. Yeah,
So-
I'm not splashing blue. 5-color is Grixis Tez. I mean, I have Grixis Tez. It's probably like Grixis Tez is probably my favorite deck. However, I think Agrolome is my favorite competitive deck.
Yeah.
I do not consider Grixis Tezzeret a good competitive deck.
Hey, you haven't done worse than 3-1 here.
No, I don't even think I've gone 2-2. I've gotten 3-1. That's here.
It's getting. It's like a new segment I made. It's called Meet the Losers. Whenever you lose a match, you get to talk about why you're losing.
What's up, guys?
I have to beat TJ.
You have to beat TJ?
Yeah, and Josh is playing Bryce. So you got to decide whether you'd rather watch Miracles or Food Chain.
I actually.
It's a catch-22.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They're just
It's all
going to
good,
get
man.
ruination. Here's your seat back
Can we
here.
just watch other people?
Thanks, Kai.
Can we pull the chairs? Oh, we're gonna watch Bryce. Let's watch Bryce.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bye, chat.
did you actually come and talk to chat?
Yeah.
They have like a good chat.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We had a long talk about Loam and how Kyra should side out his Night of the Reliquaries.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, look at that. Look at me. I'm making segments. It's called Loser's Lane.
How was the Stoneblade matchup?
That was good. He was playing Death and Taxes, so he cleaned it up pretty easily.
Gotcha.
I went and watched a lot of other things too. I saw the Grixis Mirror. Saw what else did I see? What is it? What's the deck called? It's the Reanimator Dumbo deck.
Red Black? Or
No, it's not Ice Station Zebra.
Rihanna Depths?
It's like Rihanna Depths, but I don't think it's Ice Station
Tin
Zebra.
Fins?
I think it's Tin Fins, but it's not Tin Fins. I think he's just playing Mono Black Reanimator like Dark Depths combo,
Oh,
which is Tin Fins, right?
yeah. That's like weird, like not Ice Station Zebra.
But
which
like,
is kind of like, I don't know. That's
saw-
the deck that I've been on.
I saw
online.
that versus Miracles, and he won. He's playing
Yeah.
2021. I think the Miracles player misplayed somehow because the guy was like, "Oh, I forgot that happens." What else did I see? I saw Lands versus I think just Bug mid range. Really strange interaction happened that took like 20 minutes away from the match, but yeah.
Yeah. Well.
There's these tokens that we're supposed to do. See, there's a monk, there's a mummy, and there's a construct. I wouldn't play any of them. These aren't lingering souls or germ tokens.
Terry won't play him, so you'll have to come and get him.
Yeah. Well, I play this. No. 0/0 construct. Okay.
So that's Karn.
Karn and what else?
I don't know.
Okay. Monk. Monastery Mentor, right?
Yeah.
Zombie is just a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I actually really like the zombie
It's a
token.
good zombie
Let's
one.
talk about the zombie token. I like it a lot. I like
Little Pharaoh token.
I like mummy stuff. That's cool. Maybe not a
Just like
zombie
we
though.
got.
Maybe technically a mummy. I don't know. Maybe it should be a mummy token. I've been running around putting Grixis Tez together. It looks fun.
It's like we got people sitting down. Bring that ruination off the screen.
There's TJ with his anime mat versus Brian and his nothingness. And then we'll have Josh versus... So you're going to switch Josh's name. So Josh is going to be against... let's watch Bryce. Let's watch Nick Fido versus Miracles, though.
All right. So Josh is on the other side. Where are we calling this deck?
8 rector,
rector.
12 rector, all the rectors, none of the rectors.
Rector.
High school dropout. Can we call it like high school dropout?
Sure. Call it high school.
No, we're not going to call it high school dropout. I'm going to tell Bryce to just name his deck though.
Hey
Rectors.
Bryce, I just found a name for your deck. It's called High School Dropout. It's like the Kanye West album College Dropout, but it's a high school dropout.
That's gonna be Josh.
Rectors. Rectors, rectors, rectors. TJ's on just bug. Young
on-
bug. Bug.
Okay. He was on Bug Nick Fit the other day.
I think he's just on normal bug.
Okay.
Rector fit. I like high school dropout.
High school dropout. I like high school dropout too. To be
Yeah,
honest.
can we call it Kevin QC? You're a happening person in the community. Can't you like make that happen? Can't you just like show up on the source and show up in Discords and been like,
This deck's real name is High School
just so you
Dropout.
know, this deck's real name is High School Dropout.
I like it.
I do too. I want to go back to naming decks like that.
Yeah. I do miss kind of the old naming conventions.
I didn't realize
Legacy,
that. I used to think Evergreen was because of like just color green. It's black green,
instead of like Ava Green.
but it's
or-
actually just the actress.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then like people made up more stories that it wasn't the actress, and the guy was like, "No,
It's the-
it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
actress." High School Dropout.
It's Josh.
I feel like Esper Stoneblade would be called the Yacht Club.
Yacht Club.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They've got 2 rectors. They can't be dropouts. That's true. Dude, I'm glad. Dude, I think it's a great... See, just infect the world. I just can't wait till...
Well,
like...
the rectors are the teachers, right? And
Yeah.
the,
Yeah. You exile them.
The veteran explorer is the dropout.
Yeah, there you go. There's a lot of dropping out
Just
happening
drops
too,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Does that card do anything in this matchup?
Probably not. I suppose it can counter.
Cabal Therapy, but like you kind of want Cabal Therapy just to sack almost.
Yeah.
Bryce has got like
Carry the
some
1-drops.
big enchantments.
Does Bryce have Overwhelming Splendor in hand? Is that the card? Oh yeah. Get the timer up. That's a little much. That's probably a little low, but we'll go with that. So I have no clue of like what this matchup's really going to be about, other than like Bryce trying to force through rectors and Josh trying to counter them. Like
That's pretty much it. I think Bryce just trying to use Cabal Therapies to clear the way.
There's Jace.
He's just brainstorming. He's trying to find Force of Will. He's got a Force of Will.
Another Jace. Engineered explosives. Swords to plowshares.
So he puts
Swords
on
to
top.
plowshares isn't
Well, it
too
stops
bad.
the Cabal
Yeah,
Therapy.
yeah.
There's Arena Rector.
Yeah, there's an Arena Rector.
What are Bryce
Reveals
doing?
Jace. Nice.
What?
Okay, so
Okay.
Bryce is just gonna scoop it up to that. Well, that was a game 1.
What? Well, that was like disappointing. Can I tell Bryce to try a little harder? You know,
that was a game 1.
You know, a lot of people are watching live, and they really want to watch you play, and they want to watch your deck win, and they're excited. They're talking about it.
Right. We're gonna transition over here and we'll see what's going on. It looks like TJ is resolving a hymn to Torok against Brian. It's gonna grab a Baleful Strix in a land. Brian's got an active
That's your land. You just throw your rector out.
Relic of Progenitus in play.
Shame on you. Just think about the children, Bryce. They're watching. Give them something to strive for.
Terry is scolding Bryce thoroughly.
Yeah. He's like, he said he didn't have any. He said he had all lands and nothing else.
So, in the meantime, TJ has now hemmed Brian twice.
It's a goblin game. I don't even know what that is.
Goblin game.
What is goblin game? We're looking it up.
It lets you, like...
It's a card? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a card.
Let's look it up. We don't have to show the people. I need to see it, though.
I think you...
Whatever. That didn't
I
count.
was gonna let...
Goblin game. It's 7 mana.
Each player hides at least one item, then all players reveal them simultaneously. Each player loses life equal to the number of items they revealed. The player who reveals the fewest items then loses half their life rounded
That's
up.
great.
If 2 or more players are tied, each loses half their life.
Why
rounded
not?
up.
Are you coming tomorrow, Zach? Are you going to be here? No. Our 2 painter players ran out of paint.
Yeah, no painter in the room today.
Actually, oh yeah, they're playing modern. Actually, the one guy who plays painter is playing modern. Cool.
It's Brian with the ponder.
I am not playing tomorrow, so if you need anything, you better ask now.
TJ with all the discard here.
So you thought seizing?
Yeah, Thoughtseize here. Brian's hand is Abrupt Decay, Manipulate Fate, and Leovold.
Yeah.
Takes Manipulate Fate.
I've actually been running pretty hot with Esper Blade. After that quasi-weird tournament where I went 0-2 where I could never draw a second land, Zach was part of that debacle.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a weird day. And even me and Riley were talking about the game we were watching, and he basically said, like, yeah, if I just drew a white source, I would win that game. And I was like, yeah, I feel like it's just weird because the mana base seems fine.
That happens. Wasteland takes out Brian's Trop.
Brainstorm with no fetches.
I mean, TJ's had a lot of disruption, but nothing to back it up.
Yeah.
So,
but you're playing draw go and like you're recovering and you have more lands. I don't like in a storm like
he's probably playing his Leovold and
I don't
might
know.
see a crack of the
Some
relic in
mediocre
response.
Brainstorm,
Yeah.
I mean, you cast 2 Inventory Rocks, it's like almost impossible to lose.
Yeah.
It's like any deck can become
It's a
good
rough
if you,
spot.
If you cast Inventory, if you're on the play, go casting 2 and 3.
Him, Thoughtseize, like, it's hard to come back from.
Dude, I'm not telling you to play Esper Blade. You can't play Esper Blade, dude. You're not in the yacht club. You can't get on here, dude. You don't even have yacht shoes. Why do you think you're gonna? If you're gonna play a Stoneblade deck, you're playing Bant Blade, dude. You're gonna put some boots on and go in the forest. Get out of here, dude. You're not gonna play.
All right. Looks like these guys are just about ready.
What do you say? I am. It means I am Bant Blade. That's interesting.
2 Cocos.
I don't know. Could be good. I don't know.
Hey, how's it going, Stagger?
Yeah, it could be good. It's almost kind of like good old natural order bat replacing natural order for Coco, and that actually seems good.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I don't know.
Could be all right.
It's a lot better than your other card that you're using in your bug deck.
Just kind of wondering about natural order. Like, it'd be interesting to see a natural order deck that isn't elves pop back up. I'm not
I
sure.
don't think it
I
can.
don't think it's good, but
Yeah, I don't think
like,
it can. I think natural order is pretty dead zone.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it. We're going to call it Coco Ban.
All right, so underway. Bryce leading things off with the therapy.
Think he hit? I don't think he hit.
I don't think he hit.
I would have named... You know, every time I would name surgical.
Yeah.
I would name Forcible or Surgical. Am I going to watch coverage? Probably not. I got stuff I got planned tomorrow, and I kind of don't want to be just like fumbling with my phone trying to watch. So I'm probably just gonna. I probably won't rewatch it either. So I'm probably just gonna listen to you guys. You guys can tell me what happened. So I had some stuff planned for this weekend, and honestly, I just felt bad trying to maneuver around. I'm like,
Yeah. So
Hey, I'm assuming. By the way, I forgot to tell you. I just kind of assumed because you're getting married, you're probably off of Richmond, right? Because you probably don't want to spend money to go to Richmond since you're getting married. Well, you're gonna get people at Virtual's maneuver. You wouldn't get me though. I would just not see it. I didn't feel bad about it because I feel Thoughtseize a bad card.
All right, so Bryce has a Veteran Explorer in hand. I'd assume that's probably...
That's good, right? Because then you can just veteran snap Cabal Therapy.
Well, surgical would get it, right? And stop the ability?
No, if you played the Veteran Explorer. Hey, do this. I'll make you a deal, Zach. Look at flights. I got you a room if you need it. And it's you're probably gonna have to sleep on the floor, but I know you'll be okay with it. So just do the flights. Think about flights. I'm flying in Thursday and leaving Sunday. But so that's where you'd have to have your rooms. Brian's gonna be there longer, but like I know for sure I can get you a spot on the floor in my room. So just keep that in mind. So worst comes to worst, if you get hung up on the hotel prices or something, don't worry about that because I'll take care of that. And then it'll be super cheap just with how many people are splitting the room. And Brian's going too. And I figure worst comes to worst, we can work something out with me and Brian because we're both staying at the Marriott. So like, Kyra's going to stay with Brian. And worst comes to worst, if it's only like Kyra and Brian and like Ryan, I don't even know if Ryan's going. I'm sure we could probably like maneuver people around to different rooms to make it more spacious too. Because right now we have 4. So obviously being 5th, that means you're couched or floored. But yeah.
So library entered the battlefield, and now we've seen a couple of discard spells in the top 3. So Thoughtseize going to be the play to start things off.
So Cabal Therapy's still in the yard, right?
Yeah.
And the Veteran Explorer is still in Bryce's hand?
Correct.
So he's kind of trying to protect this play.
Yeah.
There's something weird about the forest. What's weird about Bryce's forest?
I don't know.
It is different. There's something different about it, and I wish I could tell you what, but there is something special about it. Yeah, Bryce is really big into gurus and kind of rare lands. He hates summer lands though. I don't know why. I actually kind of want to get summer lands for my deck.
Guru Swamp is nice.
So it's Omniscience and what?
And
Eureka. So he can Eureka into Omniscience? Is that right?
He could, if it resolves. Right now, Surgical's getting rid of those therapies.
Yeah, I don't know. But you're right. I forget what it is, but it's one of those where like they switch the art wrong.
Yeah, like alternate art.
There's something special about it. You are right. I don't have a good answer for you. So.
Yeah.
I think you'd rather him surgical the Cabal Therapy than.
Well, now he doesn't have a way to sack the director
I think he was going to use it on Veteran Explorer. They get surgical anyways, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's good that the surgical's gone for sure.
So Bryce probably is just gonna.
Do you just slam 4th mana and go for it, or do you just wait?
Well, what are you gonna do though? Because what if Josh lands like a Jace or a Mentor?
I mean, you're in kind of a similar spot to where you were, right? Like.
Does he just go for it? I don't think you go for it. You have Sylvan Library. You have Sylvan Library. I think you go for it. Why not? Let's go for it. Bryce, let's go. We can go for it next turn.
I think Bryce is gonna fetch. Look at a fresh 3 cards. Looked like it was all lands on the top.
Are you Googling Arena 96 Forest?
Yeah. You click on it.
Let me just click on it. Let me click on Google. Okay, just... 96 Forest. I will tell you. Story.
It doesn't look right.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I don't know what it is. It's like red in it too. Type in rare MTG.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like nothing that looks like anything like that. It's not that one.
Nope. I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, we'll ask him. We'll do some investigating. Crackling Doom is a rare magic forest. Thanks, Google. So some
the rarest of magic forests.
So submerge, that counts. They must have a forest. I don't think it's a Guru forest.
It's not Guru.
Because the Guru forest.
The Guru's on top.
That's the Guru forest is right there. Yeah.
The Guru forest is on top.
But there's that forest. The other forest is something different.
What set was that?
Oh darn it! I actually have to go find out. Darn it! Okay, I'll go find out. I'll find out. It's weird because it's like red. I think it's a misprint. I really do.
Yeah, it could be.
Are we even talking about Bryce's altars?
We haven't yet. Not today.
Oh, so is he altered it? Oh, okay. So it's one of his. You think he altered it?
It could be. So a while back, Bryce did a series of basic land altars off of Urza's block lands for Kyre, and those were pretty cool. He changed all the scenes from day to night.
Okay.
That was kind of cool. So
I
it might
wonder
be
if that's
something like
yeah.
that.
I think it's an altar, yeah.
So Snapcaster. Facing down this veteran explorer.
So yeah, Josh Snap countered their Eureka.
Yeah.
So Bryce still has a Sylvan Library, and Josh has got Jace. I mean, so Josh is going to start pressing the issue with Jace, but Bryce may be able to use the Sylvan Library to get ahead a little bit.
Library is pretty strong.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think Phyrexian Tower and then Rector.
Yep, Tower would be good. Rector would be good. Living Wish would be good.
Yeah, it's got Living Wish. So the problem is he's running out of time.
Very true.
There's Ancient Tomb. So he's paying. So he's getting aggressive, which is good, I think. I like the one Ancient
Down
Tomb.
to 7. See Josh with Counterspell in hand. And Snapcaster.
Well, Josh has got
Or
Snapcaster, Counterspell. Well, he's got Counterspell
Yeah.
too. He's got to play Thrun the Last Troll.
Thrun would be good.
Yeah, this deck's got to play Thrun. With all the
Collective
weird,
Brutality to start things off. Pitching Omniscience.
which is good. With all the weird, wacky, weirdo stuff, you gotta be. This deck probably runs. This deck for sure runs to run the last troll.
Yeah, probably.
Why doesn't this deck run to run the last troll? Yep, you came in time to watch Nick Fit. It's kind of a tough game though. He's got his Cabal Surgical and he's got 2 counter spells resolved on him, and there's probably gonna be a third one too.
Pretty rough spot.
So he Collective Brutality, and his modes are going to be what? Kill Snapcaster and then
Yeah, he targets
discard.
Snapcaster and duress you.
So what is? I mean, that's the thing. Is like, what is? I think Josh is struggling with the fact does he counterspell it? He's got counterspell and
I don't
predict.
think you have to. It
He's
can't.
got, he's got. If he's got Snapcaster though, putting the counterspell in the graveyard is still okay.
Yeah, I don't think you have to counter this. The only thing that gets awkward is that Josh doesn't have the mana to Snapcaster.
Oh, he targeted Veteran Explorer. So he targeted Veteran Explorer and he targeted.
Did he?
Yeah.
He pointed at the Snapcaster. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. It looks like it's resolving.
Richter Fibble's Eureka. I mean, this isn't the classification of Nick Fit. I'm pretty sure Throne the Last Troll could be played in this deck. How does Josh beat Throne the Last Troll here, Zach? He can't. He just resolves Throne the Last Troll and wins the game. Well, maybe they should play Throne the Last Troll in this deck.
At least as a Living Wish target, right?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. Deck runs Living Wish. You know, you can Living Wish Throne the Last Troll. Maybe, I don't know. What do you want me? We're not going to play around Terminus. I don't see Terminus. Do you see Terminus?
The opponent probably shouldn't have Terminus in postboard.
Dude, I'm not. They don't know the code. Who could it be?
I'll grab it.
You sure? I'll grab it. We may need to fight him. I think it's gonna be somebody unruly.
Oh, are you leaving?
No,
Oh, why are you giving back to me right now?
just because so I don't forget. That's a lot of money, Terry.
You're savage.
That's a lot of money.
Just okay.
Okay,
Why did you give me a sleeve?
just because.
Strange. Look what I got for free. I got a volcanic island. I did it. What happened? So he did Collective Brutality, his own Veteran Explorer,
Yeah, he did.
and then
And they're shuffling and getting their cards now.
and then Josh. What did he take from Josh?
He took. What did he take?
Counterspell or Predict?
Yeah, I think he took.
Looks like Predict.
He took Counterspell.
Oh, he did. Why isn't he Counterspell? Oh,
He didn't have double. He didn't have the correct mana to snap. Oh, you mean this? Oh,
Yeah.
Besage you.
Besage
Yeah.
you.
That's a weird get, I think. Oh no. Josh,
he could've gotten
Josh
Thrun, dude.
reminding.
Okay, cool. Thrun would have been good.
Thrun would have been good.
Thrun would have been good. Zach.
Josh
You
getting
know,
aggressive with the
Well,
Snapcaster
Thrun
attacks.
Thrun would have blocked that Snapcaster.
Yells "Hiya" as he slides his Snapcaster across.
Thrun would have just kill him. Important. Oh, important and poor Bryce.
Put those on top like that.
This game's like super over, I think.
Probably.
That Besage you, though. What is he going to Besage you?
I don't know.
The Eureka?
It has to be a sorcery or instant, so.
Yeah,
it must
Eureka's a
be.
sorcery instant.
Yeah, but he got rid of Omniscience, so.
Yeah, maybe got a new plan.
What does he have? Like Curse of Death's Hold?
I don't know. Does Curse of Dust even do anything?
It kills Snapcasters.
Does it?
It does.
Oh, he's got Click. Oh, he's got Force, too.
Josh knows what the card is. He's going to surgical here.
Oh, wow.
The Eureka.
Does he have the Eureka?
He's got Living Wish and...
That card, we can't tell what it is. What is that
I
card?
can't tell.
What is that card?
I don't know.
I know. He's taunting Josh with it, and he
Glare card.
Oh, whatever that glare card is. That glare card is something.
It's something important.
It's something really important.
Ugin? You think it's Ugin?
Yeah, but why would he get Beseju though?
Beseju doesn't make it.
We know it's that Ugin. Are you sure it's not Ugum's like sanctum? Oh, well, obviously, that card's gotta be something. But why would he have gotten the? It is Ugin. Why would he have gotten the thing? Okay, what do you want to bet?
Well, let's see what
it is
happens.
Ugin. He just said my Ugin.
All right.
Well, why did he get Ugin?
Well, now we're not making the Living Wish uncounterable? I'm very confused.
I'm confused. Everyone's confused.
Very confused. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Oh.
Do you just need one more mana to cast Ugin? Is that what this is about?
No, I think he was trying to Eureka it in.
7, 8. He's got 10 mana.
This game's super over. Josh's got Force. He's got Snap. He's got Snap everything.
Yeah. All right, Academy Rector. So Living Wish for Academy Rector.
You know what would have been good? Hey, how does he beat Thrun? If he would have Living Wish got Thrun instead of Beseju,
Living Wish Thrun would have been really funny.
Yeah, and then
So
it's a trick.
Here comes the
It's
attack.
It's a trap.
We know he's got the Snapcaster Surgical lined up. Trigger on the snap. Oh, Bryce throws the card.
I have no Terminus thrown, but there's no Terminus. Our other strategy of getting a Beseju and doing nothing with it didn't work.
Beseju seems really interesting.
Yeah, he's surgical with Snapcaster.
Yep. Trigger on the stack. Surgical your guys.
This is depressing. Now this game's super over. Because now he's just going to Jace. Well, Sylvan Library is not going to is going to kind of play around Jace, but just, I think, brainstorming. I know it's for the Eureka, but he had to draw the Eureka, right? He didn't have the Eureka.
He didn't have Eureka, and Josh knew the top 3.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it was to...
How does he win now?
Thoughtseize.
I don't think Josh cares. I mean, Bryce just dies in 2 turns. This game's over.
Well, if he can get this Ugin to resolve, then maybe.
I think Snap is tapped.
No, that's a new Snap, right?
Oh, it's a new Snap, yeah. He's Uganing.
Here's Ugin. Ugin plus kill your Snapcaster.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, this game got interesting. Like 2 Jace against an Ugin.
Well, yeah.
No Miracle on top. At least not one that Josh wants to play.
Hey, he's got Sylvan Library.
At 1 life.
Yeah, I mean, that Ugin stuck, yeah.
Yeah, Ugin stuck. That is surprising, I agree.
Thoughtseize allowed it to stick.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughtseize allowed to stick. Thoughtseize was a very good draw there.
He put his Beseju in his Ancient Tomb near his Sylvan Library,
Yeah.
so he wouldn't use them.
I can use library, but he has to put 2 back.
Does Ugin do anything when he ults?
Yeah, gains him life and draws him 7 cards, and he can put 7 permanents into play.
Oh, wow, okay. That's actually not bad. Yeah.
Thoughtsy's too good.
So with Ugin's ability, what can Ugin do right now to this board?
Ugin can -4, killing everything on Josh's side.
Which seems fine because your Ugin's at 12.
11, right? No, 12.
So if
You're
you,
right.
if you just nuke the Monastery Mentor, that's his +1. What's his +1?
+1 deals 3 damage to any target.
Josh has 1 card in his hand. And
It's
so
a Jace, right?
no, he is brainstorming.
Yeah.
So even if it's something, Josh would have to have cantrip to save it.
Bolt Jace? I don't like Bolt Jace. He's at 1 life.
Yeah, what are you thinking, Zach? We just died to Monastery Mentor. The real question is, you just go conservo about it.
I think
just,
-4 is perfectly fine.
You think so?
It's not like Josh can play. He would have to have Snapcaster specifically to punish you.
I guess the other play would be is if he +1 targeting Monastery Mentor, and then Josh just made 1 token.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got a minus.
like
because,
it's much more likely that
because
he
if
has
he
any
+1's
spell,
targeting
right?
the
Yeah.
Mentor and he does anything, even Swords is his own guy, he's dead.
Yeah, I like -4 here.
-4. Yeah, this was -4.
So I guess Josh is looking for Council's Judgment.
Yeah, Council's Judgment or Council's Judgment. -4. Don't think about it. Don't think about it, Bryce. It's a trap. No. Oh, thank God.
Yep, exile both those. And let's see if there's a Snapcaster in Josh's hand.
I don't think there is. He keeps flashing it, kind of. I don't think there is. He's flashing once. So that, I mean, see, yeah, the -4 was the right play. Wow. Someone's coming out.
So Josh gets a volcanic.
What's that? My day?
Do you want to keep it here?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't plan on coming tomorrow. You just want to hold on to it?
You went 3-1.
Yeah. And I think he would have gone 4-0. Just the Grixis match, the Grixis guy had a really good hand, and he just can. If he draws the second whites through him to Torok and 2 Coolgan's commands, he would have won if he finds the other white source. You know what, man? Don't call me a nitwit. I don't like watching nitwit decks. So I don't just because I don't know what Ugin does. Ugin's a dumb card. And Ugin should never be played in a format as glorious as Legacy. So it's not my responsibility to know what Ugin does, Jorgensen.
Jorgensen, I'll gladly be a nitwit.
You're a nitwit.
I'll be a nitwit.
Go play some Jorgensen decks.
I'll definitely be a nitwit.
This is now a nitwit stream.
Not me. I am not a nitwit. It's a real card. Nope, it's not. To be honest, there's only 3 Planeswalkers in the Planeswalker world. Jace the Mind Sculptor, Liliana Last Hope, and Liliana the Veil.
Here's Ponder Shuffle.
I haven't played Gideon. And he's not those.
Looking for anything.
So Josh is hellbent with 1 card, right? So he's got 1 card left and drawing off a Ponder.
Yeah.
He's got Jace and Force of Will?
Looks that
Dude,
way.
Yacht Blade, dude. I love Yacht Blade. This Yacht Blade, the high school draw. You play Earth Blade.
Can't wait to see Jace die.
Doesn't matter. He's the Mind Sculptor. He'll brainstorm his way out of it.
I agree. I think it's time for some new Planeswalkers. Like,
Why we're Consecrate Sphinx. I remember that was played. That was played Blueback Reanimator. That was a real deck though. It's for Zoo. Like that deck, Zoo couldn't beat that card. Zoo still can't. Oh, not Consecrate Sphinx. Consecrate Sphinx is not a real card. It's what's the real Sphinx? You know what I'm talking about?
Sphinx of the Steel Winds.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I got it mixed up. God, it's Consecrate Sphinx down the back card. Get out of here. Oh gosh, whenever someone Notion Thieves and then plays Dak Fade, and I honestly think a car should just run them over. Like, good job, congratulations. You have a 7-mana combo that can die to Pyroblast.
It's fun in Vintage.
Yeah, what's it? That's Vintage. We are in Salt Lake City, basically. It's a place called Draper, but it's Salt Lake City. Well, we saw Runation get cast like twice tonight.
Yep.
And every time it was devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah, Salt Lake City, Utah. So I don't know what name they have for it. I don't know. Do we have a nickname?
I don't know, man.
I can only think of derogatory things. Whatever. We got the Jazz. The Jazz are good.
Jazz are good.
Is that Cavernous Souls?
That is Cavernous Souls.
Why would you get Cavernous Souls? What's
He's
happening?
casting an Academy Rector.
Oh, he's gonna kill it.
He's gonna kill his own
Wow.
Academy Rector.
Is this the greatest comeback?
He's
Since-
gonna grab a Nicol
since
Bolas
Lazarus?
and kill the Jace.
What? What?
Yeah.
What?
Bolas, your
That's
Jace.
Seattle, Utah. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's growing. We probably have about 20 to 30 people pretty regularly. Like we got 20 here people tonight.
Yeah.
So
It's nowhere near like
Seattle or Southern
but-
California.
but it's a good community.
Wow. So he has Force of Will, Ponder, Scalding Tarn.
Well, down to 7. Ponder
Dude,
needs
trying to be
something
double
good.
encounterable. Dude, can Josh win this?
Yeah, Josh needs to draw a flash creature and just hold it and then attack.
Oh, okay. That's depressing. That's kind of depressing because like all the work that Bryce did. Yeah. Typical Seattle. Do you play at boarding house, I'm assuming, or one of the Moxes?
And treat is on the bottom.
How do you know, Zach? Were you cheating like his dad? 91. No, it's a 6. It's 63. It's not.
63.
Yeah.
And Bolas is at 55.
Yeah, I played at the boarding house in that. Was it the Duel for Duels? I got 11.
Play at another. Ooh, there's your haste or your flash
man.
creature. So
That's
that'll
lame.
win. Josh somehow manages to
I'm
beat
not even happy. Like, I'm not
Ugin
even
and
happy.
Bolas.
To be honest, I don't even like this. I don't even like the high school dropout deck. But I was
Let's
like,
see.
I think he deserved to win that game.
All right. Well, we still got a little bit more magic over here on this back table.
I guess.
I'd imagine this is probably. Do you think this is game 2 or 3?
Game 2.
Game 2.
Let's just say it's game 3.
I think
Man,
for
I'm
sure
depressed.
TJ took
Freaking
that.
Bryce let us down, dude. One time I root for freaking the high school dropout deck and it freaking loses. That's going to catch on. You guys are going to help me catch that on. Anyway, basically, if the deck runs more than 8 Rectors, the deck's called
High school dropout.
Yeah. Oh. He almost won that game, which is ridiculous.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he actually played really well to almost win the game. So you got to give hats off to him, like, in all honesty.
For sure.
Like, I mean, it's unfortunate that Josh drew a lot. Josh had some good stuff, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, losing to Containment Priest, too. I mean, Containment Priest is probably just kind of one of those cards where Josh probably just needs to board in cards.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It just is. Because I just came up with the name. It's because all cool Legacy decks didn't have reasons for names.
We're trying to get better, cool Legacy deck
like
names.
we want Evergreen to come back. Like we want, there's other cool deck. Dead Guy Ale. That's another one.
Yeah. All right, so TJ's in top deck mode, and so is Brian.
Veteran Explorer is basically Rector. Should be called Veteran Rector or Explorer Rector. I don't know why they just don't do a functional reprint.
Is that the thing in?
Aggro Loam was a cool name. Stoneblade still is a clean, cool name.
Yeah.
The Gate was a name. Team America is a great name.
Cephalid Breakfast. That's a name.
Yeah. Tinfins is cool.
Tinfins is cool. I feel like all the new Tinfin names are kind of like, eh.
Like Ice Station Zebra.
Yeah.
I get it too cute.
But Tinfins is a good Legacy deck name.
No, it's called Black White Stoneblade with discarded cards. Team America, Black America. No.
Black Lake
I didn't say Rector Explorer, Jorgensen. I said Rectal Explorer. Yeah. In your guys' pet deck, you should have a card called Rectal Explorer. Functional reprint.
Functional reprint.
That's a, you know what? If I win the Magic Invitational and it comes back, I know what card I want.
Man, we used to get so many cool cards out of those invitationals.
Yeah, Death and Taxes. Yeah, Death and Taxes is a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
Maverick's a cool one. I love Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick's
just
cool.
a neat, you know.
Yeah. Doomsday Fetch Land Tendrils.
Dude, you're gonna be a Team America player, and I'm gonna love it, Zach. You want me to? You can borrow
Main
my
deck
Underground
tendrils.
Seas. I have an extra Underground Sea. You want to borrow it? You can be a Team America player, dude. You're gonna be great at it. You're already kind of little. You and I both know you're a hipster, and honestly, the best Team America players are hipsters. So you're gonna wear your flannel, and you're gonna cast your Hymn to Torox. You're gonna be great, dude. You're
There
gonna be
you
so
go.
good. Like, I know the deck's not America colors. It's because we play the deck because, like, Americans don't think these cards are good. They think, like, Tombstalker and Hymn to Torok are, like, not good cards. But, like, I know they're good.
Surgical on Abrupt Decay.
Yeah, Astral Blade runs 3. So I can't give you more.
So Brian pretty low on life, but looking pretty firmly in control here.
No, the names they're being ejected to is me calling Nick's Fit High School Dropout because I think the deck. I think
Because
that's
it needs a name.
Yeah,
that's
it needs a
like
real
legacy name.
I think the only Nick Fit isn't High School Dropout. It's the one that runs 4 Arena Rector and 4
The 8
Academy.
Rector,
8
yeah,
Rector. 8 Rector should be called High School Dropout. Yeah.
The 8 Rector build needs to be called High School Dropout. What's wrong with Snapcaster Mage? That's great.
Dude, I already got a card for you. It's called Rectal. It's called Rectal Explorer, Jorgensen. That you like. I'm gonna win. Like, and we're gonna make that thing. Dude, okay. Rector Stompy is probably fine, but Stompy I feel like needs to run Chalice of the Void. I don't know why we can't just settle on High School Dropout.
It can't be Rector Stompy. It doesn't run any.
Yeah, Stompy cards.
Yeah. Like you'd have to run Chalices.
Dude, we're calling it High School Dropout. We're not calling it Rector Ball. I'm gonna make this work. This is the last thing I
Should
ever
fish
do.
players like flannel as well?
That's the way it works. I don't think. It has one. It has ancient. It does have an ancient tomb. It can't cast Chalice though because of obvious reasons.
Fish in a wetsuit. Alright, Brian is manipulating fate, getting rid of some bad cards in his deck. Namely, like him. Getting a shuffle. TJ down to 12.
TJ's Hellbent, right?
Yep. Brainstorm.
What is this out? Like Pernicious Deed?
He needs, yeah, he
no,
needs
because
to,
he couldn't kill Jace.
yeah. He needs a lot.
Jorgensen, I don't. Why are you arguing this? I'm gonna win, and I already know the card I'm gonna make. We've already decided it's just a functional reprint, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry, Jorgensen. Stop screaming at everyone. You and your dice. Ugh. And the thing is, you know what? I hate the High School Dropout deck, and I hate anything involving Veteran Explorer. I hate it, and I'm telling you that when I win the Invitational, I'm gonna give you guys a card. I'm gonna make a card for you.
For the people.
Yeah, I hate the Snapcaster reprint.
Which one?
Well, I have black casters, but like I think they should have kept the art the same, just out of respect to the invitational card.
Yeah, they've got a history of doing that, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
Terry's broken.
Always been broken. I'll be looking for this card. Dude, it's gonna
So,
be maybe.
Step 1, bring back the Invitational. Step 2, win the Invitational.
What do I play?
Step 3, get the
I
card.
play. I either play Canadian Threshold or I play Esper Stoneblade. So.
All right, looks like Brian takes it. Awesome. That's
That's I don't even play Delver anymore, Jorgensen. I don't know who Delver Secrets is. Never heard of him. Stoneforge Mystic's my girl, and I love her. But it's like totally what's the word? We don't get nasty with each other. We're just
platonic.
yeah, platonic. Yeah. So yeah, I forget Meddling Mage was a invitational card.
Yeah, Meddling
Good one.
Mage,
Oh,
Sylvan Safekeeper,
Bob, of course.
yeah, Dark Confidant. What's the knight? 4-mana knight.
Well, Shadow Mage Infiltrator.
Yeah. What's the one that gets 1-drops?
Stormblade.
No.
Solemn. Sad
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the knight is. I don't know.
And then there's like Gemstone Cavern, right? Which is like the weirdest invitational card.
But don't worry, I know what the next one is. We know what the next one's going to be. Ranger Vios, yeah.
Ranger Vios.
That was a
that's the
good one. I like
yeah.
all the invitational
Yeah,
cards.
they're great cards.
Yeah. Oh, please don't ever tell me to play Dead Guy Ale. How dare you? You should be ashamed of yourself. God, team. All right. Well.
All right, guys. Well, that's 4 rounds in the books. Join us tomorrow. There's going to be another Legacy tournament starting at 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah. So.
And we'll hope to see you guys.
You're not
then.
going to get as good commentating as this, though, because I won't be there.
It's true.
And Matt won't be there.
You guys will have to put up with Bryce
Brian
and Brian. So.
But don't worry. I'll come back. I promise.
Thanks for joining us,
See ya.
guys. See ya.
We actually, or is it off?
Yeah.